Okay.
Oh, the chat is refreshing itself. Let's throw in some links. All right, everybody. We have a special episode today. We're just going to be doing
Yeah.
movie recommendations.
Yeah.
We already did one of these. It was our first Twitch video. It did not get recorded, so it will never be seen.
Right. Yeah. It was a good Halloween episode.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. And
It was.
it's gone forever.
It was the first time kind of doing this, so we
Yeah.
really didn't know what the hell we were doing. So
Yeah. All right, Mike, let's start with you. What's a movie that you would recommend to our viewers?
um, I'll go with the first one on my list, and it jumps out to me. It's obvious. Um, it's a movie when I see it on regular cable, it's like I gotta watch it, and that's Gump, man. You gotta watch Forrest Gump.
Really?
Oh my god, that is one of my favorites.
Really? Huh.
That is, I remember watching that movie with my mom and my brother Justin, and that's the first movie I actually remember watching in the theater.
Huh. That's
And I
pretty
was like,
neat.
man, this is really cool. And then I don't know if it kind of shaped my movie likes, but anything with really good music,
Yeah,
like
that
that
movie is
incorporates like a
great
sound
music.
or like Zack Snyder type shit.
Mm.
Um, I mean, I love that.
Gotta have
So
that Christian rock in the background, right?
yes, with Jason Momoa, yes.
Yep, I get you.
No, but I mean, I think it's just everything revolves around Forrest. So I mean,
Hmm.
you gotta give it a watch. I mean, the '60s music, the '70s. I mean, it doesn't get much better.
That's a movie I remember really enjoying when I was a kid too. Um, you know, it's got like all of the fun stuff, like Lieutenant
It does.
Dan and
Yeah,
running and
right. And I think one of the best, it's a theme in the movie. It's Forrest experiences everything from his him being involved. So like Watergate,
yeah,
um, you know, stuff like that. And you get to see him mature. I mean, he's a
hmm
low IQ man, but you get to see him mature.
right. One of the things that I like about the movie is you kind of end up seeing you kind of end up seeing kind of like a altered view of history through
Yeah.
the eyes of this guy who doesn't really have. It's already over there.
Oh,
uh,
your phone.
could you not hear it on the
Yeah,
stream?
you'll have to chuck it this time.
But you kind of get to see history through this kind of alternate view, and I think that's
hmm
what's kind of interesting about it.
Right, right. Vietnam War. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just so good.
yeah.
And I think it was one of the first times, if I remember correctly, but I'm probably wrong, that an actor won Best Actor twice in a row.
Really?
Yeah, I won it for Philadelphia the year before.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, Philadelphia? Isn't that movie about the Philadelphia experiment?
Well, it's about the AIDS crisis,
Oh, well,
and
then it's not that.
no, it's with Denzel and Tom Hanks.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, but give it a watch. If you haven't given it a watch, come on.
yeah. I mean, it is definitely considered a classic. Didn't it win Best Picture?
I don't know if it did or not because it was in a big controversy over um, Pulp Fiction. So I
Okay.
do believe it may have won.
Okay. That.
So that's my first one. What is your first, Johnny?
Um.
Let's see what he has. He's gonna have some gems.
I picked some special ones. Hang on a second.
Oh, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Oh,
All right. So the first one I have on my list in
yeah,
I'm just gonna go random through the list. Uh,
yeah. Go right ahead.
First one I have is The Meaning of Life,
Okay,
the Monty Python film,
okay,
and it is my favorite of the Monty Python films. It's a very
okay.
it's a little more of a dour Monty Python film, you know.
How so?
Well, I think it's really interesting because it's when they're a little bit older. Because that it
Okay,
was their last movie and it came out I think in like 83, 84. Uh,
okay,
and it's very much just about following a specific character from their birth until their death and just kind of poking fun at all of the different time periods in people's lives. And it's where
okay.
a lot of like those really memorable Monty Python quotes come from that a lot of people seem to not really know where they come from. Like they've got the every sperm is
Okay.
sacred and all of that. have you
I did
seen
not know that.
have you seen Meaning of Life?
No.
Oh, Meaning of Life is just it's amazing. Like
Okay.
uh it really takes you through kind of everything, you know. Mm,
Okay.
it definitely ends on a downer. It's a movie that's very much about like the futility of everything, really.
Okay.
You were deceived,
Oh.
Zeno.
See now.
How's it going? What deceived you? I never said it was Skyrim. I posted a different title than that. So Twitch has done its wonders once again. So you can blame Twitch. Twitch did it. But that is not what
yes.
this is titled.
No. This is not Skyrim. Nope. Not at all.
It is not Skyrim, and it is nothing like Skyrim. I'm sorry.
No. No, it's not.
Here, let me check out. Or maybe the notification said that actually. So let me just mess around with that for a second.
Bezos. Good old Jeff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the go live notification says a new age dawns on Skyrim.
Oh no, Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well,
It's
uh,
all right. Remember, everybody, we're the worst produced show on the internet. So
yeah,
I
we
mean, come
are.
on, we gotta live up to our name. We gotta live up to our name.
Well, Sav wanted me to start you know, posting things that are a little more specific for notifications.
Okay.
So, you know, I've been trying to do that.
Okay.
All right, there we go. It should be better now.
Okay.
All right. So, Mike, what is your next one?
Oh, what should I go with?
This will be number 3.
Yes. Yeah, this is our third. Um, I'm gonna go with a comedy. I'm gonna get rid of that one.
Ooh,
That was on the fence.
bold
I'm gonna go
choices.
with a comedy. Um, It's a comedy that me and my brothers grew up on. Um, and it's a movie I actually watched in psychology class, college.
Mm-hmm.
It's What About Bob with Bill Murray and
Oh, what about
Richard
Bob?
Dreyfuss. Oh, I could quote that movie. Oh my god, it is one of the best. Bob Wiley playing a freaking maniac.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not a maniac, but I mean he's a little bit mentally ill.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is hysterical how much the roles reverse throughout the movie where Dr. Wiley and he's just starting to lose his shit because he's on vacation and Bob is just he's just causing chaos at the household.
Oh, it's good stuff. It's
Oh,
very
it's one
good
of the
stuff.
best. You gotta watch that movie. You've got
It
to.
has been way too long since I've watched that movie, so yeah, I should
You
watch
got
that
to,
movie.
John. You got to.
Yeah.
I watch it at least twice a year.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just to keep up with the comedy of it. Hmm. Yeah.
Huh. I wouldn't have even
Yeah. So
thought
that's
of
my
about that.
second.
Yeah. All
What about
right.
you, John?
Uh,
Let's see. Let's see what gem you got now.
I think National Treasure? That's not my pick. Sino's asking about National Treasure. Uh, it's been too long since I watched National Treasure again, but I love National Treasure.
I've watched National Treasure a half a time. I watched half of the movie. I hate it, and then I turn it off, and I've never watched it
I
again.
love National Treasure. Why do you hate National Treasure?
Oh, I just was not in the mood for National Treasure, I guess, and
It's like
I never
Indiana
tried it
Jones,
again.
but not everyone's a little more competent.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Shame upon your house, Mike Shake.
Shut up, C.O. You're the fucking one who picked Spaghetti Man for us to watch. Give me a break. Don't think I forgot that. That is still in my watch list on Amazon. I was going through it today because I was going to pick a movie. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, oh, that's right. Steve and Amanda picked this. Yeah.
Shit. Which one should I pick? I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That never even came across my brain, but yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a gem.
I would find these burns cutting deeper if Mike didn't sound like John was drowning him.
I don't know, I can't help it.
You've
I
tried
don't
many
have no
times.
professional mic. I'm sorry. I have my shitty Sony headphones.
Well, I pick Jurassic Park just because the film is definitely uh, it's definitely like a masterclass in framework and camera work.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You can say that again.
Yeah. I mean, people talk about how the CGI looks better in Jurassic Park than in modern movies, and one of the reasons for that
Absolutely.
is the way everything's framed in it, rather than
Absolutely.
rather than in a lot of the modern movies.
All right.
All right, it's your turn.
Oh, you're already done. All right.
Yeah, do you
Um,
have anything else to talk about Jurassic Park? It was one of my
I
favorites
mean,
as a kid.
it's
I love
it's
Jurassic Park.
legendary.
I'll talk about Jurassic Park for fucking ever if you want, but I don't think we have.
Right.
I think we should save that for a Jurassic Park episode, really.
Yeah. And we'll get to it sometime. We got about 1,000 to go before that, I bet, hey?
Well, I mean, God forbid, who's gonna talk about Dogman again?
We need to get that done.
Yeah, I know. We'll
Yeah,
finish box set tournament. It'll be all right.
we got to. We got to. But, um, I'll go for another comedy. Um, this is kind of like a Thanksgiving setting. So it's planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah,
That
the
is one of my
Thanksgiving
favorite
movie.
Huh?
It's the Thanksgiving movie.
It's the Thanksgiving movie. It is
And
the Thanksgiving
it's
movie, and it's one of the best because it's Steve Martin and John Candy,
yep.
but
It's
it's just showing how much of a stuck-up douchebag that Steve Martin was, and just the progression throughout the movie and how you can just feel his change.
there's a movie that kind of reminds me of that one that people hate, but I love, and it's Due
Okay,
Date.
it's what?
It's a movie called Due Date
Okay,
with
I've heard of
Robert
it.
Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis,
Okay,
and it has a very
yeah,
similar
yeah, because Robert
feel.
Downey's a douchebag, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a douchebag,
Yeah,
and he's trying to get home because his wife's having a baby.
yeah, I remember that.
And Zach
Yeah,
Galifianakis is like a giant fuck up like John Candy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And it shows, that we all have flaws.
Yeah,
We also don't want to show those flaws to somebody who you think is important and you really don't want to show your vulnerable side to.
right. It's
You know.
Sino has brought up Thanksgiving after I said that Trains, Planes, and Automobiles is the Thanksgiving
No,
movie.
no,
Why?
no. Come on.
Honestly, I don't think Thanksgiving is that great. I've seen it a few times now, uh, and it's
It's
kind of
not a good
fun.
movie.
It's kind of fun. It's not as fun as like a Poultrygeist or any of those other ones, but
No,
I
no.
mean, Thanksgiving is just okay.
Yeah, well, it fits up right Tino's alley. I mean, Spaghetti Man, Thanksgiving. I mean, come on.
And to be fair, it kind of fits right up our alley. We're gonna end up doing
It
that movie
does,
at
it
some
does,
point.
it does. But it doesn't compare to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh
No
yeah,
way. No way.
yeah, definitely.
No. All right, Johnny, what's yours next?
Oh, what should I pick? I'm just gonna start going down the list. My next pick is Ed Wood.
Because you watched it today.
No, I watched it today because I saw it and I was like, oh, I've got to put it on on there. Although Sino makes a good point. It Thanksgiving is the best Thanksgiving movie because Thanksgiving is a garbage holiday.
Come on. Oh, my God. Oh, that is one of my favorite holidays because you can eat like a pig.
This is America. We can do that all the time.
I know, but nobody will judge you.
Nobody will judge you either way. This is America.
Yeah, okay. Shit. Okay, so and what?
Yeah, Ed Wood is a biopic in the vein of The Disaster Artist. It is a biopic about Ed Wood, the creator of Plan 9 from Outer Space, Jailbait, Glen or Glenda, Orgy of the Dead, and countless other classic films.
Oh, okay. Or, orgy of the dead. That's what I'm fucking talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
in his later life, he found a niche.
That is funny. Oh shit.
But Ed Wood is maybe one of like it was Martin Landau was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for the film. He does a great job of playing
Really?
Bela Lugosi in the movie. It stars Johnny
Okay.
Depp, and Johnny Depp plays Johnny Depp as he does. Uh, it's directed by Tim Burton, and I think it is
Okay.
my favorite Tim Burton movie, which everyone, a lot of people will freak out about. But
Even better than Beetlejuice?
oh, hands down, it's so good. Mike, you haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
The whole film is
I
filmed in
haven't.
black and white.
Was it really?
Yes, and
Okay.
it plays almost like a B movie about making B movies
Okay.
in kind of a sense, but the film is very much portrayed through the view of Ed Wood, who has this very upbeat and positive attitude about everything he's doing. Because Ed Wood, like, always had this personality where he was just like, no, I'm good and I am going to do good things. And he had this amazing idea that, like, all of the movies he made were great films.
Okay.
And
So even though they weren't, he trumped them up to be.
yeah, and
Okay.
there's even some evidence that he might have even believed that they were great films, at least while he was making them.
Okay.
Which, I mean, I think a lot of people, while they're making something, they think it's great, you know.
Of course.
But
Okay.
it's an incredibly positive movie where everything has this really 50s kind of, like, 50s era positive glow on everything. It's almost
Okay.
like it's a biopic, but it's a biopic like made as if it was a crazy person. Like
Okay.
it's
All
it's
right.
it's a very glamorized biopic, you know.
Okay.
But it's
That
definitely worth
sounds
a
like a
watch.
good movie.
It's an amazing movie and it's very funny. Like there I noticed different things like every time. Like today when I was watching it, there was a scene where, like, the whole film is filmed in black and white, and one of the scenes, the female actress comes up to Ed Wood and she goes, "Hey, which of these look better, the green dress or the red dress?" And he says, "I don't know. Let's ask that guy." And they ask one of the guys running the camera, and he goes, "Oh, well, I can't tell the difference because I'm colorblind, but I think the slightly darker gray one looks better."
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's filled with good stuff. Uh,
Okay.
Definitely some of Tim Burton's strongest work.
Okay. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, I would recommend it to pretty much anyone. And you know, a lot of movies about, like, someone's what would be considered someone's biggest failure, because most of the movie takes place about Plan 9 from Outer Space. A big chunk of it is about the making of that movie.
Okay.
And as pretty much everyone in the film industry knows, Plan 9 from Outer Space is almost unanimously considered the worst film ever made, even though, like, we've seen it and we were like, that's not that bad.
Oh, we've seen a lot worse than that.
Oh yeah, people just aren't
I
looking
mean
hard
that.
enough.
I mean that doesn't say much about us, but I mean,
People just aren't looking hard enough.
yeah, yeah, you gotta find a lot. I mean, it's easier. It's easy to find shit that's worse than that. I mean, come
Oh
on,
yeah, I mean,
come
we
on.
watched it's not a Neil Breen movie.
No, no,
But even Neil
it ain't
Breen's
that
movies
bad.
were better than, like, oh, what the shit was that movie? The Cry. It's The Cry.
Oh, oh, oh. Don't even get me started on that.
I mean, we made a
Oh,
video about it, so
we did, we
yeah,
did.
it didn't move on.
No, I think we only talked about it for like 15 minutes too.
Yeah, it was I mean, it made more sense the second time I watched it, but it didn't make it better, and that's pretty bad when you watch a movie, it doesn't make sense, and then you watch it again, and
Yeah.
it makes sense, but it's just as bad.
It's still bad. It's still bad. It's a bad movie.
Yeah, and that got to Sundance, I think,
Oh,
or
oh
no,
my
it
God, we
wasn't
were so
Sundance.
excited to
It was
watch
at
that.
Cannes. It was at the Cannes Film Festival.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unreal.
Eh, you know, who
Dog man
knows?
kicked its ass. That's all I know.
Yeah, it did. Spoilers. Shit. The
Come
video's
on,
been
you
up
should watch our
for.
YouTube by now.
Yeah, you should watch our
That was that.
YouTube.
I think that was our first video
Um, think it
that we
was.
recorded, that we filmed.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was. It was the first. Well, second, but you weren't there for the first
Yes,
one,
yes.
and that's
Yeah.
the lost episode.
Yeah. Maybe it will be found someday.
I don't know. It was
Just
pretty.
hang on. Just hang on. You know, just hang on to us.
It's
It may
pretty corrupted.
come.
But it was also the best. The first the first Generation War was the video that we lost.
Right.
That and like the first 3 cuts of box set tournament.
Oh, that was such a long day. Oh my God.
Yeah, we watched both those movies and then we filmed on it 3 different times. It was awesome.
It was kind of awesome, but it was exhausting.
I mean, I think the first take was much better than what we got.
It was.
And it's a damn shame that it's
especially
gone.
especially for Zach.
Yeah.
The first one was.
Zach was
good,
just
man.
gone by the end.
Yeah, he was long gone. He was like, "Get the fuck out of my place."
Yeah. All right, but that's pretty much all I have to say about Ed Wood.
All right. I'm gonna go with one that's gonna piss you off, and I think you know what it is.
Is it Pulp Fiction?
Come on, it's Scarface, man.
Ugh.
It's one of the best.
Scarface is one of the goddamn worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
I've literally watched
man.
Neil Breen movies more than I've ever wanted to watch Scarface.
Oh, what is that telling you?
Because it's a terrible fucking movie, Mike.
It is not. It is a movie about rags to riches and then riches to rags, pretty much. It's about a guy who gets
It's a movie about Al Pacino's like fucking disgrace as an actor.
I did not.
Oh my god, he's terrible in that movie. He's so bad.
Oh, Tony Montana is one of the best, man.
What, you mean with the worst Cuban accent ever?
It is bad, but he's a badass in that movie.
Also, isn't that technically like brownface or something? Because I don't think Al Pacino is Cuban or Hispanic.
No, he is not. No, he is not. But it's one of my favorites. It's a movie when it's on, not on cable, because if it's on cable, it's unwatchable. Because it has 254 fucks, and they bleep it out and change up the F word every time, so it's unwatchable.
That's what makes it fun.
Oh, it's so bad.
Like, my favorite is when they don't bleep it out, they like add in like alternate text, and that's that's the best.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Every time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Awful. It's beyond bad. I will say this though, I love the movie to death. I think it's a gem, but the first half is good. The second half,
I
It's
think
sad.
I think 90% of that movie is trash.
That's okay.
I think that is one of my least favorite gangster movies.
Oh, it is one of the best.
I mean, there might be a few worse. I don't know.
One
I
of the
haven't seen
best.
every gangster movie.
No, but it's one of the best.
Uh, that's a pretty low
Sorry,
opinion
Johnny.
you've got of gangster movies, then.
Shut up. See, sometimes we differ on our thoughts here.
Oh,
Come
we've
on.
differed several times, I think.
Not to the point of where you absolutely hate a movie in which I love. So
I don't know. There have been several. Well,
it's all right.
not in our episodes. There have been several like movie nights where everyone's just like, "That was not bad,"
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, "Fuck that movie."
Film on Dark and the Wicked. We did do that.
Oh, I hate that movie.
I like that movie. I
Sino
like that
especially
movie.
hates that movie
Why? You didn't even watch it.
because of the content, man.
Oh yeah.
And I
No,
think,
no. That was Berlin Syndrome.
oh shit, the fuck. Oh, Dark and the Wicked.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't think
that
Sino
one where
has
they
an
go to the
opinion on
farm.
Dark and the Wicked. Oh,
No,
Dark and
no,
the
I don't
Wicked,
think
that's
so.
just August Osage County turned into a fucking demon movie. There's nothing there.
It's good stuff, man.
Oh my god. Just watch August Osage County. Watch some Meryl Streep,
No,
man. That
no.
movie's great and it look takes a look at grief in a much better way than Dark and the Wicked ever could. I mean Meryl Streep, man.
Meryl Streep, Julia Roberts. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you haven't seen that, I'd recommend watching that one. You don't like Berlin
No, you should.
Syndrome. See, no, you
Yeah,
don't
because you
like
guys were
Berlin
playing.
Syndrome. Because that's the one we did
You guys
while
were
we were all together doing Mario Kart.
Garfield,
Didn't I say Garfield?
Mario.
Oh.
All right. I like that movie. I like Berlin Syndrome.
I don't think that was a very great movie. Well, that's
I like
going.
the ending.
I mean, yeah, it's always fun when someone gets revenge after 2 hours of worthless bullshit.
It's always good to get revenge. All right, Johnny. What do we got here now?
Well,
What's your fifth one?
speaking of worthless bullshit, my next pick is my favorite movie, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Which is not worthless bullshit. It's so good.
No, it's not.
Jim
It's not at all.
Carrey deserved so much more for that movie.
He should have.
Yeah. That
Because I think
talk
if
about
I
talk about snubbing for the Oscar.
shocker.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, but this is the first time Jim Carrey did a serious role, correct?
Maybe.
Or at least one of the first times that actually kind of
I
got
mean,
the credit.
it depends on a few things. I think it depends on whether or not like what you consider a serious movie, cuz I think before that movie he did I think before that he did Man on the Moon.
Was that before or after?
Well, was it before 2004 or after?
Man on the Moon was 2004.
No, Eternal Sunshine was 2004.
Oh. Hmm. I don't know. But either way, I mean, Eternal Sunshine. I mean, the context in that is so deep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just has so much to fucking say about it, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
Cause all right, I'm looking at the Oscars because I wanted to see who won Best Actor instead of instead because I'm
Okay.
pretty sure he was nominated for Best Actor. No, that's huh, huh. Unless I'm looking at the wrong ones. Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. I'm looking at the wrong Oscars because I'm
Oh
looking.
my god.
I'm looking at the 2004 ones, and I should be looking at 2005.
Oh yes. Yeah, because it came out in '04.
Right. Um. No, he wasn't nominated.
Not surprised.
No, Kate Winslet was nominated though.
For Revolutionary Road.
For no, for Eternal Sunshine.
Oh.
She lost
Well,
to Hilary Swank for
that.
$1 Million Baby.
Oh my god.
In fact,
Oh,
it
that
looks
didn't
like
do it.
$1 Million Baby like just fucking swept that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have too.
I don't know. Eternal Sunshine is
Oh
a
my god, that
much
movie's.
better, a much better movie, and it won Best Original Screenplay, which I always generally think is a little bit more important than a Best Picture. But I remember there was a lot of stuff about like Jim Carrey like taking not winning for, or I guess not being nominated for Best Actor for Eternal Sunshine. Apparently I heard that hit him like really hard,
Oh, I bet it did.
and that was a part of like why his work was so sporadic after then.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I mean, why give your all when you're not even going to be,
yeah,
you know,
and I
getting the
mean
support?
that was definitely an Oscar worthy performance, at least a
Mm.
nomination worthy. I
Well,
think
of
he
course.
I think he got a Golden Globe for it though, or was nominated at least.
Okay.
Hmm. Um. Damn it! Now I have to figure out the Oscars again because I exited. I wanted to see who got the Oscar instead. Man, this
Clint
is
Eastwood.
for Best Actor.
Yes.
Huh? Are you
I think he
looking at
got it
it
for Best
now?
Actor and Director.
Who else was nominated though?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you. Because I know Morgan Freeman won it for $1 Million Baby. Hilary Swank won. Um, Clint Eastwood.
Hmm.
I take that back. Jamie Foxx won
Yeah, he won Best Actor
Berets or
for
Ray Charles.
yeah.
All right.
But I wanted to see who
Yeah,
else was
I mean, it's a
nominated.
great movie. For the Academy?
Yeah.
Don Cheadle, Johnny Depp, Leo,
What was
and
Johnny
Clint
Depp
Eastwood.
nominated for? Mike? Mike?
Hello?
Holy shit, something went weird on my, on mine. My camera went out.
I was going to say you don't have any video. There we go.
And our video on the stream, it looks like, has gone out.
Yeah, I
Let
just
me-
saw that.
Well, here. Sure. Alright, sorry everybody. Things are going weird.
And some TDs, sorry people.
I also like to think about how Nicolas Cage is Oscar nominated because he's awesome.
He is an Academy Award winner.
Yeah, I know. Did I not say winner?
Nominated.
Well, I think he's both.
That mofo should have been nominated for Mandy. Am I wrong?
I mean, Mandy is pretty great. National Treasure is better than Scarface. Haha.
Not even close.
It's on the stream now.
We're streaming again?
Yeah, it's up.
Alright. Cool beans. Alright, so
What?
Eternal Sunshine.
Nick Cage lost to Adrian Brody for adaptation.
Huh?
I was on the wrong.
Yeah,
I was
it's a
on.
pianist.
No, I don't think it was for the pianist. The pianist.
Gotta be the pianist.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio didn't deserve a nomination for the fucking Aviator. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio just plays himself in 90% of the movies he's in. Just like Johnny Depp.
Of course.
Johnny
That doesn't
Depp.
mean they're good.
Johnny Depp was nominated that year for Finding Neverland, apparently.
I've never seen it.
Me neither. I thought it was about Michael Jackson. Is that right? No?
Doubt it.
Well,
I doubt it.
I also thought the main characters in Weekend at Bernie's were... Yeah, because Nick Cage is a giant nerd, Sino. But, yeah, because one of Nick Cage's kids is named Kal-El.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, they let him play Ghost Rider, and they had to cover up a giant Ghost Rider tattoo on his arm for that mirror scene that he did.
Yeah.
But, anyway, we've gone fucking nuts on Oscars and shit long enough. So,
Yeah.
so let's go to Mike. What's your next pick?
I love a lot of comedies, so I'm going to go back to a comedy. And I'm going to go with a classic one that I grew up with, and I can pretty much reference, and that's Caddyshack. That is one of my favorites. I think everybody should give that a watch.
Although I will say, I'm not sure Caddyshack aged well.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. But I love Caddyshack. It's
I
great.
mean, Ted
Chevy
Knight
Chase
as
is
Smalls is unreal.
Ted Knight,
Unreal.
Bill Murray, Chevy
Yeah.
Chase. I mean, it's a
Uh-huh.
all-star cast.
Brian Doyle Murray. I mean, just fantastic.
Oh yeah. Now nothing but trouble.
Oh, oh, oh.
It's an example of what
God, man.
happens when you give Dan Aykroyd free reign because that dude's a
Uh-huh.
fucking maniac.
Uh-huh. Very much so.
Like the
Uh-huh.
original script for Ghostbusters was batshit.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, Caddyshack. I mean, Rodney Dangerfield.
yeah,
Oh my God. Oh,
please.
oh my gosh. I mean, there are so many classic scenes in that, like Cinderella's story. Oh my God. Bill Murray destroying those flowers.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Cinderella's story. You're gonna win the green jacket at the Masters.
Time traveling ghost fights, yes. For the original
I get it so
Ghostbusters
lost.
script. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm trying to monitor the chat at the same time. Sino also
Okay.
says that they should let Nick Cage play Superman.
Why not? You'll
Yeah,
probably be better than Henry Cavill.
that boring motherfucker. The only thing I like about him is he looks just like Superman.
He does. He does. He sucks, though. He sucks. He's boring.
I mean, Superman is kind of a boring guy, Mike.
I know.
That's the point of Superman though. Like Superman is supposed to be like boring because of like Clark Kent is supposed to be boring because he's supposed to be like the stereotypical American guy and he's supposed to not stand out. That way nobody thinks he's Superman.
Right.
So it
That's
makes
why he's the
sense
best.
for him to be boring. And like he's also the goody good guy. That's why he works best in like the Justice League comics when he's put up alongside people like Batman and, you know, other heroes.
Hey.
Aw. I would have loved to see a Tim Burton Superman. That sounds like it would have been dumb. And yes, I said I
Alright,
want to
that's
see that.
That's my fifth.
But yeah, Caddyshack's pretty good. That's the one with the That's the one with the baby Ruth in the pool, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
good movie.
Oh yeah. And with the Jaws theme, and then good old what's his face? Joe Snails' grandson.
Yeah.
Hootie! Hootie!
Such a
And
dumb
then
movie.
where he finds the baby Ruth on the bottom of the pool and eats it.
Yeah. Bill Murray's great.
Going back to it, probably
By the way, going back to speaking of Bill Murray, he's in Ed Wood.
oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Alright.
Sorry.
Him and Chevy Chase's scene where they're in his shack is the best improvised scene I've ever seen. I'll just say that.
Huh.
That was all improvised by both Bill Murray and Chevy Chase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Caddyshack is a classic. Like, what more can be said about it?
That's why I'm done. Johnny?
My next one is They Live.
You said you didn't have any horror on this.
It's not horror. It's sci-fi. It's not horror.
Oh, that's totally horror.
It's totally not. What's horror about it? The movie is an action sci-fi film because it is literally just about fucking spacing on his name. It's literally just about people beating the shit out of people and shooting each other.
Roddy Piper?
Yeah, Roddy Piper.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's just about him running around and beating the shit out of people and then shooting people. Like that's the whole movie.
Well, you gotta say his tagline, Johnny. Come on.
Yeah, it's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Plus, too, I think it resonates really well right now in our climate, in our political divide, in our media frenzy, with the glasses.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Sino says it's pretty horrifying because they won't defeat the aliens. But that's not necessarily true.
No, that's true.
No.
No.
If you really want to look at it this way, you can see it as kind of like a full-blown revolution. They open the people's eyes at the end of the film, and then all of the people are going to revolt, theoretically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's no evidence that they won't be able to defeat the aliens. At least I don't think so. Like, a single guy with a fucking gun was able to take down, like, the entirety of their mind control infrastructure. Like, what the fuck?
Oh. Uh-huh.
And he's literally like an everyman. He's basically a homeless dude who just picked up a gun and went nuts.
Uh-huh. He was a fucking badass.
Yeah. And I mean, there's that fist fight that he has with that one guy that's just like, that must be 20 minutes long. It's so fucking long.
Yeah, at least 15 to 20 minutes long.
Yeah. It's great.
That's as good as you get.
It's so fucking crazy. Like, the whole movie is nuts and wonderful.
Awesome.
Just some great political shit in that.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just brilliant filmmaking.
It is.
From John Carpenter.
It's one of John's best.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. All right, Mike. What you got for me?
Okay, so we got 5 left, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Predator.
All right.
That's another movie. When I see it on TV, I have to watch it.
Oh, I love Predator. So.
It is a badass movie with Arnold and Billy and one of Johnny's favorite characters,
Shane Black.
Shane Black.
He has written one of my favorite movies for sure. I think he might have directed that too.
Did you include that or no?
That's a secret.
Well, I won't say what it is then. But I think it's, I mean, Jesse the Body Ventura, Apollo Creed, a.k.a. Carl Weathers.
That whole movie just reeks of, like, homoeroticism, though. It's literally just
I don't care. It's fucking badass. It's badass.
It's like if you took a movie... It's like if you took Top Gun, but made the entire first half of the movie the volleyball scene.
I mean, these guys are bad dudes.
And all they want to do is touch each other everywhere.
And kill. They want to kill.
They just want to touch each other and commit some war crimes, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, an alien has something else to say about it. Wow, when you put it that way, the Predator is actually kind of the good guy, isn't he?
do you think I love it? You're damn right, dude. You're damn right. Yeah, but it's a gem. It's a gem.
Oh, it's wonderful.
What a lot of people don't know is that an executive producer is Oliver Stone.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Oliver Stone, the guy who made the movie W. And I want to say World Trade Center, but that might be not right.
No.
Wait, didn't Oliver Stone do
He did a lot of gems.
he does a lot of biopics. I think he did the Kennedy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Natural Born Killers.
Yeah.
Platoon.
Oh yeah, Platoon.
Uh-huh.
I think he also did that new movie that was on Netflix, the one about the Chicago 7.
Could be. Probably. Because I know he did. Oh my God! Well, I always forget the name of the movie.
World Trade Center. Yeah, he did Wall Street. Yeah, the most difficult title to remember.
I just always forget the name of it because I always want to call it Gordon Gekko, and I'm like, that's the character in the movie.
That scene where he's like on all the Quaaludes and is just like crawling to his car.
That's the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Movie.
Well, no, because you mentioned the movie Gordon Gekko. Oh fuck, we're talking about a different movie.
Yes, that's Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we'll watch Predator. And maybe like 10 after that, you're fine? So I was right around 10 when I started Predator.
Yeah, I think I was like 6, something like that.
Because you started a lot sooner than I did.
Yeah. Well,
My mom did not let me watch that stuff.
neither did mine.
One of my dad's.
My grandparents showed me a lot of shit.
Awesome.
Yeah. In fact,
Johnny,
I think a majority of the movies that I watched as a kid came from there. I could be wrong, but I think like a majority of them. Like
no, they did it right.
including the next movie on my list, which is Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say fucking Kong.
What, Kong Skull Island or Godzilla vs. King Kong or King Kong vs. Godzilla? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. While King Kong vs. Godzilla was my first Godzilla VHS, my favorite one as a kid was hands down Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, and it is still my favorite. Besides, I also really like Godzilla vs. Biollante. Biollante is so fucking cool. It's such a dark Godzilla movie. But Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah is often considered a garbage film that has iffy time travel mechanics and a lot of role switching between the monsters, and that's kind of what I love about it. Basically, the premise of it is that aliens... man, it's been about a year since I watched it. But aliens essentially come and tell them that Godzilla's going to come, but they have these little things that are going to help them. And they turn into King Ghidorah, and King Ghidorah starts destroying the city, so they get Godzilla to come and fight King Ghidorah. But then Godzilla kills King Ghidorah, and then Godzilla starts rampaging. So they bring King Ghidorah back to life as Mecha King Ghidorah and fight Godzilla. It's a fucking batshit movie that, if you think about it too much, it doesn't make sense, but it is amazing and should be watched. It has some of my, like, what I consider some of the most, like, iconic King Ghidorah moments in the movie.
Okay. Okay.
And I might be wrong, but I think it's actually the direct sequel to Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Okay.
It might be.
Okay. And what year?
Fuck, 90 something.
Okay. Okay.
It's a Heisei era movie.
Okay.
It's a Godzilla division thing. It's fine. Heisei, they track years in Japan by which year of which emperor.
Okay.
So like that was the Heisei era. The original Godzilla movies, those are the Showa era. And then
Okay.
they also just have like the ones that come out after Godzilla 2000 are just called the Millennium era.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I did not know that.
Oh, the Mecha Godzilla with the wrist blades. That's pretty neat. All right. Let's turn
Okay.
it to
So
you,
we're down
Mike.
to our fourth.
Yeah,
Okay.
the final four.
Um, Final four.
Well, I guess it's
Oh,
technically
fuck, I'm
not.
already. Oh my.
I guess it's more like March
Oh
Madness
my.
at this point.
Oh my top four are already fucking gone. So we're going with some schlops. Um, I'm gonna go back to comedy. Like I said, I grew up with comedy, and it's a movie that many people haven't heard about, but it's a movie that I watch every Christmas,
Now wait a minute.
and it's called The Ref
The Ref?
with Dennis Leary, Kevin Spacey. Um, I can never remember the wife's name, but that is one of the funniest Christmas movies because it just shows you that not every family is perfect, and there's a lot of fucked up relationships in the family.
So it's kind of like how I watch Four Christmases every year.
Yeah, I mean, I watch it every year. I have to watch The Ref because it shows Dennis Leary as a madman. I mean, he's a criminal. So, and then he takes this
Isn't that just Dennis Leary?
couple
Like,
hostage.
isn't Dennis Leary just a madman criminal?
but then it just ensues from there. I mean, it's classic.
Oh yeah, I bet it is. It's called The
You
Ref,
gotta watch it. The Ref.
like with an F.
Yes, REF.
All right.
Yep. Yep. You gotta watch it. I'm telling you, it's hilarious.
All right.
Yep.
I'll have to check that out.
Yep. So that's my two holiday movies.
All right.
All right, Johnny.
Mike, you're gonna love this one
Oh, great. I'm gonna hate it.
because my next one is Blade Runner.
Ah!
Yeah. Specifically, I'm gonna say the theatrical cut.
Oh. I knew you would fuck around with Rob. Oh, come on.
Well, I can't keep the other cuts straight. Any of the cuts where it doesn't turn out that Harrison Ford is a replicant. Because otherwise, the whole film that you just watched doesn't actually make sense. So,
Right, exactly.
so, and everyone should give the theatrical cut a watch at least once because it is worth it for that Harrison Ford voiceover. It's so bad.
It is so bad.
Even Harrison Ford thought it was a stupid thing and didn't want to do it.
He didn't care about it, obviously.
Well, Harrison Ford actually did care about it, and that's why it's so bad. Harrison Ford specifically did it badly so they wouldn't use it, and then they did anyway.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, Blade Runner, like, what can we say about
Oh
Blade
my
Runner
God,
that
it's
hasn't
one of
been
the best,
said?
man. yeah, I mean, Vangelis is the composer.
Oh my
I mean,
god,
you
like
can't do much better than that.
what's his face's monologue at the end? Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Like,
Deckard. I mean,
yeah.
oh no, even Rutger Hauer too.
Yeah, Rutger Hauer. That's his name.
Yep,
Uh
yep,
yeah,
yep.
his monologue at the end is fucking spine chilling. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Rest in peace, by the way. Rest in peace.
wait, he died?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Well, that's sad.
I know. And
Huh.
he was also got to go on Rutger Hauer's spiel, but
I mean, we've already
he's one
gone
of the
through the
best
years of
underrated
Oscars.
horror movies. Huh?
We've already gone through the 73rd through 76th Oscars, so who gives a fuck at this point?
Well, I'm not talking about Oscars, but I mean the Hitcher. I mean it's
Ah,
it's
yeah,
such
everyone
an
should watch The
underrated
Hitcher.
gem of a horror movie.
See, I specifically went with like non-horror because we did our Halloween one that one time. So I
Okay.
figured like I'll do some non-horror recommendations, you know.
Uh-huh.
I'll just you know, check it out, see what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean Blade Runner. I mean, oh,
yeah.
oh.
But I don't know which cuts because there are like 5 different cuts of the movie at this point.
Honestly, I always ask my brother because he's a big Blade Runner guy, and I have to ask him every time, "What cut do you have?" And he's like, "I have like 3 of them." I'm like, "That doesn't help
I have 4 of them.
because there's like 20 of them."
I think there are 4 unless they released
Why?
another
Why
one
are there
recently.
so many?
Because Ridley Scott isn't actually as good of a director as we all think he is.
He is not. He is not at all. He is not at all.
For more evidence, look at Alien Covenant.
Exactly. Exactly. He had 3 good movies. 3.
Yeah, it was Alien, Blade Runner, and
Gladiator.
oh, he did Gladiator?
Uh-huh.
I'll have to think about whether Gladiator's a good movie or not. But
Oh, it's a very good movie.
no, Russell Crowe is good in that movie. That's what you
Yeah,
remember.
So is Joaquin Phoenix. He's
Yes.
very good too.
Like actors are good in that movie. I think that's what people remember when they think of it as a good movie.
I mean,
I'd have to give it a
Max
rewatch.
misses. You ought to.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a tough watch.
It's 9 hours long. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's long.
All right, Mike. I think you're up next. Unless we want to talk about Blade Runner.
Because you only have.
Because I think they have the
correct?
final cut. They have the final cut, the theatrical cut, the director's cut.
Director's cut.
Maybe the definitive cut. I know the DVD I have has 4 of them.
Okay. Oh, why? Why does it have to have that many?
Because Ridley Scott's not that good of a director. He keeps wanting, like you were gonna say, he has 3 good movies: Blade Runner, Alien, and Gladiator, and I was gonna be like, yeah, but he already fucked up Blade Runner. Because he's outright said that that in his vision, Harrison Ford was a replicant. So no, he's wrong. He's bad. Mike?
Still a good movie.
All right.
Still a good movie.
Yeah, very good movie.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with one that my mom makes fun of me every time because she, and I'm like, no, I did not watch that, Mom. It's the Terminator. So I have 3 movies that I watch. That's Forrest Gump, Predator, and the Terminator.
And 2 of those have Arnold.
Yes, I like Arnold. I love Arnold. I may not agree with his politics at times, but I love him as an actor. Um, but the Terminator, I mean, the original, I mean, oh, you don't get much better than that. I mean, Arnold as a cyborg, holy shit.
I would say it's the one time I've seen him and I've thought, man, he's pretty good.
He's a badass dude.
Yeah.
And I like the horror that it, I mean, it's a sci-fi movie, obviously, but it has horror elements that
Yeah.
James Cameron wanted to put into it, like when Arnold finds the first Sarah Connor and he kicks in the door,
Mm-hmm.
and just the utter horror that lady felt when he was gunning her down. This is a bad fucking dude.
Yeah.
Tyrese, I mean, oh,
So
Sarah Connor. I mean, it's the start of a franchise.
the sequels?
Terminator 2,
Yeah, I'd say
3.
really.
Oh.
Genesis,
This last
Salvation.
One, did you watch the last one
No, I
again?
didn't, because why would I have? What
It's
about
not bad. I'm not going to give it away because it's a big spoiler. I'm not going to.
I mean, that's fine.
You gotta watch it. It's not bad.
Yeah, my understanding is that you have to watch Genesis and Salvation to like fully get it.
No. No, it's a completely different story from the originals.
Oh, so did they do a Halloween?
No.
No, so it's because my understanding was that like Terminator, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, and then like they're all in order. Like they are all sequels to each other.
Yeah.
It's just that
Yeah.
in the newest ones they keep fucking with the timeline and being like, "Oh, but actually because of this time travel thing, this," which is fucking irritating.
Yeah.
And I still have 3 movies.
You have 3.
Yeah.
I have 2. You should have 2. You should have actually 1.
No, I have 3 more.
I don't know how you went off. You must have put on 11.
No, I just counted them.
That's okay.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You said you're down to 2 more?
Yep.
You went first, Mike.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. I won the mystery coin toss.
I never said I flipped a coin.
Damn it, I doing shit.
I just said start.
Oh, fuck. Alright, Johnny, go right ahead, bub.
All right. This is one I was thinking about switching out, but like I've loved this movie for a long time. So, this movie is Jason and the Argonauts. It is an old Ray Harryhausen film.
Okay.
I don't really know who stars in it, but it has a lot of great claymation. And
Okay.
all right, fine, I'll look it up. Jesus.
Yeah.
Other options. The other option I was toying with was Clash of the Titans.
Okay. Now the original, right?
Of course.
Okay. Okay.
Why? No, Mike. Why would I? Why?
Okay.
That new one was bad.
It is very bad.
Yeah.
I mean, very bad.
And I mean, I'm not gonna say like Clash of the Titans is the epitome of cinema or anything fucking like that, but like, like it's fucking good. It's a good movie. It's a very enjoyable movie. And it has
Yeah.
Maggie, what's her face in it? Jason and the Argonauts
Um.
stars Todd Armstrong, Nancy Kovac, Gary Raymond, and has Neil McGinnis as Zeus.
Who?
Neil McGinnis? That might be said Neil. It's Niall.
Oh.
And Clash of the Titans stars. Wow, where's Perseus on this list? Or Theseus, I mean. Or no, it's Perseus. Oh, there he is. Harry Hamlin as Perseus, and Laurence Olivier as Zeus, and Maggie Smith as Thetis.
All
Huh.
right.
I thought Maggie
So
Smith.
explain the Argonauts. Explain that.
Jason and the Argonauts is it's basically the Greek legend, which is Jason, who later on. Okay, so this is some crazy Greek meta bullshit, but uh, it's basically Jason's gathering of the Argonauts to go on a quest to find the Golden Fleece, which is protected by the Hydra.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure if that's exactly how the myth goes, but it's a movie from like 1963, so
1 year?
1963.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
All right.
is an incredibly fun watch. If you are freaked out by claymation, this will be a horror movie.
People who are afraid of.
So I showed a pic. I showed a clip of they fight a giant bronze statue that comes to life that is in claymation, and I showed a
Okay.
clip of it to Sav, and she was like, "I don't like that."
Oh, come on. I guess.
It's a thing that I saw on YouTube that people are apparently bothered by the way but by the way claymation moves. I think it's weird,
I mean,
but
I understand it, but I mean,
'cause I think it looks
whatever.
cool, especially like the
I love
Hydra
it.
at the end of the movie.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Especially like celebrity deathmatch. I mean,
But like, I'll post some links to IMDb pics from the movie. Like, this is that guy who's blocking the ship because they all go on a boat called the Argos. I want to say,
okay.
but it's a
That was kind of cool.
yeah. Um. Oh, here's them fighting the statue.
Okay.
Um. Now this is kind of just for everyone at this point. Although it's for everyone anyway.
Oh, okay. And that's supposed to be who?
What the statue?
Yeah.
I think it's just a statue.
Okay.
Um, but oh yeah, these are the skeletons, and the skeletons are something that people often cite. The skeletons in this movie and the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad are often.
Huh. I am. I think I've heard of this movie like once. I haven't ever watched it.
What typos? Sino is commenting on some typos.
I
But
think it's gonna
Sino
be like,
falls in the odd category of being disturbed by things moving wrong.
huh, I don't know.
And then he said
It's
so
like
many typos. I wouldn't say typos, I would more say grammatical error.
Who cares? Let's move on.
Are you done talking about Jason and the Argonauts?
I don't know. Are you? That's up to you, Bob.
Oh, it's a very fun movie. Great adventure movie. They don't make adventure movies anymore, you know? Like,
Okay.
there was a time when, like, you would make a movie and you'd be like, the hero goes on, like, a grand adventure, and, you know, like, the Odyssey. Remember the Odyssey? The Odyssey was a good movie, and, like, the Odyssey was, a uh, like a narrative poem before that, or an epic, I should say. Uh,
Okay.
did you ever read the Odyssey in school? Or the Iliad?
I
A lot of
yes,
people
I
read
did.
the Iliad instead. But the Odyssey is the sequel to the Iliad.
Okay.
Like, the Odyssey is about Odysseus's journey home from the Battle of Troy.
Okay.
And it's I mean, the movie was interesting. It might have been a mini series actually. It was very fucking long.
Okay.
But anyway, there were a lot of like really fun like of those old Greek legend movies, and you don't see a lot of them anymore.
No. No, you don't.
But
Thanks, Brad Pitt. He ruined that with Troy.
I liked Troy, kind of.
No. Uh-uh.
I mean, Ajax is awesome in the Iliad. It's a shame that, like in I can't remember if it's in the Iliad or the Odyssey, but I think Ajax kills himself because he doesn't because Odysseus beats him in combat for I want to say Achilles' armor
Okay.
or one of the brothers of Troy's armor.
Okay.
Hector maybe. Anyway,
Well,
next.
that was many years ago for me, Johnny. I've been
Final
on that
four.
shit for too many years now.
We're in the final four.
Final four. I'm gonna go with Friday the 13th.
Your favorite
I
movie.
know damn right it is. This is one of the first horror movies I've ever watched that my mom actually let me watch at the house, so
Hmm.
I didn't have to go behind her back and watch it at my dad's. So this is my gem.
Friday the 13th is very fun.
See, when I first watched Friday the 13th, I did not know that Halloween exists. So I thought this was like one of the main first slashers, and I'm like, oh. And obviously when I get older, I'm like, ooh, Halloween? What's this?
Yeah. I think I didn't watch
Uh-huh.
Nightmare on Elm Street until I was older, but I watched
Okay.
I watched Halloween and Friday the 13th movies like all through my childhood
Okay.
at my grandparents'.
Okay. Your grandparents are gems, John.
Yeah, they're great. They also showed me like
Gems.
Pumpkinhead and all the good shit.
Gems.
Showed me like
Awesome.
showed me like Pet Cemetery when I was way too fucking young to watch that.
See, I was never allowed to watch that shit. I was always had to go to bed then watch that.
I was not allowed to watch it. My mom would be
No.
very mad.
No. Especially Pet Cemetery with the Gage and
Yeah.
Chuck and Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Friday the 13th, I mean, what else can you say?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
know.
one day I think.
I love Mrs. Voorhees in it. Betsy Palmer is
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
Betsy Palmer
I mean,
hated that.
she did. She hated that movie.
Yeah, she did.
She thought it was the biggest piece of shit ever. I think that's what her quote unquote. This is the biggest piece of shit ever.
I think it was really interesting for the time for the killer to end up being a woman though.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Yep. The only thing I watch it. You know, I deal with mental health. I do kind of wish they kind of put that in a better light. You know, she is hearing voices, that she don't obviously become a killer. You know,
Yeah. I
I just
mean,
want to put that out there.
statistically, people with mental health are more likely to be the victims of violence rather than the perpetrators of violence.
Yeah. Mostly shut-ins,
Yes.
afraid of themselves more than anybody else.
Yes, but also
Yeah.
afraid of everyone else.
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, shit, you don't even have to be mentally ill to that. Oh, shit.
uh,
Oh. All right. I mean, Friday the 13th, that's all that needs to be said.
yeah, it's a great movie, or at least a fun movie.
It is.
Iconic film.
Oh, all right, it is.
So, Mike, are you ready for my next movie?
I can't wait because I know it's going to be random.
My next movie is The Patriot. I'm kidding. It's not The Patriot. The Patriot's a giant
I
piece of garbage.
was going to say, you motherfucker better not be.
I think,
I mean, that's not even Mel Gibson's best movie. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's literally just Braveheart, except like a different time period and different
Uh-huh.
country.
Uh-huh.
It's literally the
Only good thing
exact same
about The Patriot,
story.
though, is that it has Heath Ledger when he's young.
Aw, yeah.
That's it.
Too bad he fucking dies.
I know.
Spoilers. But don't care because you shouldn't be watching that movie anyway because it's a giant piece of garbage. I think
Garbage. It's
I
a
think
2.5 hour long piece of shit.
I think Smithsonian actually released a an article about how that is the least historically accurate movie ever
No, I'm
made.
not surprised. Are you surprised as Mel Gibson, dude? Are you surprised at all?
And there's a history YouTuber that I watch, and he did like a little overview of the Patriot, and one of the things he specifically cited was I have no idea where this guy's house is, but some or what battles are going on, but at some point he witnesses like three different battles just sitting at his on his porch.
My God, right? I mean, how ridiculous is that? Unbelievable.
Yeah, like it's
Unreal.
anyway. My real pick is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It's very, very good. Uh oh. Mike, are you with me? Mike?
Yep.
Alright. Uh, we're a little frozen on the video.
Yeah, you cut out. Oh.
Did I?
Uh huh. Yeah, you froze and then you cut out.
Am I back?
Yeah. You're
Alright.
back.
Well,
Oh,
Kiss
yeah.
Kiss Bang Bang stars Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr., and it's written by Shane Black, and it is fucking trippy and weird.
Awesome. It's a really awesome movie.
It's like a detective story,
Uh huh.
and it's starring Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer plays like a flaming gay guy for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
and like the whole thing is just out of fucking control.
Uh-huh.
It's one of, it's probably my favorite action movie. Um,
It's a very fun movie.
it's so fun.
It
Like
is.
it's, I think the way I described it when we first watched it is I was like it's like it's like Shane Black perfected his Lethal Weapon script.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
And with better characters,
Yeah, with better characters,
more in depth.
actors who don't fucking suck.
Huh?
I mean,
Like Mel.
yeah, Mel Gibson, not
Fuck you, Mel.
not Danny Glover. Danny Glover's fucking great.
No,
but
Danny Glover's a shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
we love you, Danny Glover. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But everybody should give that a watch. It's
Oh
a good
yeah,
movie.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang
Yeah.
is so good.
It has that sense of oddness. It's like, oh, this is a little different.
I
but it's a
remember,
little different.
like, the first time I watched the movie, I picked it up. I just kind of found it and I was like, oh man, Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer, and it's written by Shane Black. Oh, this will be like a fun movie to rent for like $2 for $1 at Family Video.
Uh-huh.
So, so I picked it up and I watched it, and the whole Family Video had the two for $1 for 5 days, and I think I watched that movie like 15 times while I had it. And like while I still had the movie, I ordered a copy because I loved
That's
it
good.
so much.
Right.
You remember that when I was like, Mike, you have to watch this movie.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, we were working on shoes.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
it's such a good movie, just so good.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. All right, I'm down to my last one, but it is very hard to choose between two, so
Uh.
I may give a spiel on this one and then another one. May have 11. Who cares? The worst produced show on the internet. Who cares? Okay, so for the first one, number 10, it's going to be The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by David Fincher.
Well, we'll do an honorable mention section afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
a
but I
fair thing to do.
mean, it's a Swedish book by Stig Larsson. It was originally done in Swedish with Louis Rapace.
Yeah.
But
That Swedish version
Fincher,
is off the
yeah.
goddamn rails. Like,
It is. It's okay. It doesn't follow the book at all.
the Swedish one?
None. Not
Really?
At all.
They
It's
made
terrible.
all 3 of those movies, and it was like the fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy. Like, I want to say the extended editions might still be on Netflix, and I think they're each around 4 hours long.
Now the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very long.
They're
very long movies.
fucking
And
crazy.
They're boring. And they're boring. I'm sorry, but they're boring.
They are kind of boring. I sat there and I tried to watch it. I got through like 2 hours of the first one, and I was just like, man, there's a lot of rape in this and not much else.
I mean, it follows the book so well, and of course it's going to be David Fincher that follows the book. So it's as close as you can get, and that's as good as a book as you're going to read.
See, I assumed that the Swedish versions followed
That's
the
what
book
you would
more
think.
because
That's what
they're
you would
like
think, but it
5
doesn't.
hours long.
But it doesn't. The way it ends in the Swedish book, or the Swedish version, it's like, what is this?
Wait, you've watched all of them?
God. I watched all of them, oh yeah. Yeah, I read the whole trilogy.
Oh, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know that they've done a few more of them now.
Oh yeah, but that's not David Fincher's movies.
Well, no, because he's fucking dead.
David Fincher's alive.
No, I'm talking about the books.
Oh yeah, Stieg Larsson. He was killed by um, a pro-fascist.
Huh. Of course he
Yeah,
was.
yeah. Because obviously that's what the book's main theme is,
Anti-fascism.
anti-fascism, and yeah,
Yeah.
and it's so good. I mean, you have the best hero and one of the best heroines in any book in what the hell is her name? I just always want to call her Rooney Mara because that's her name. That's her character. That's the actress. Oh, but I mean, one of the best. Mikael Blomkvist. I mean, Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
So good. And actually, speaking of the Academy Awards, she was nominated for an Academy Award.
Oh yeah?
Rooney Mara for what the fuck's her name? I can tell it's getting late in the night.
It's only 108, it's fine.
Lisbeth Salander, that's her name.
All right.
Lisbeth. Oh, the
Yeah.
girl who came from hell to tear down the world. Nothing better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
have
a lot of. You have to go in there probably at least, I'd say 16 to 17 to really understand probably what's going to be going on.
all right.
Because it's quite brutal at some points.
Oh yeah. That's a brutal
I
movie.
mean, like
Yeah.
really brutal.
Like it's brutal in the Swedish ones, for sure. And I
Now,
haven't
have you
watched the
seen the
American
one
one.
by David Fincher?
No.
Oh, Johnny, you need to, man.
No, because I watched half of the Swedish one and I was like, this doesn't seem like it's for me because it's fucking boring.
It's a terrible film. I'm sorry, but it's boring. It's so boring.
Well, if you're gonna make a 4-hour movie based on a book, at least make it based on the book, I guess.
I mean, it's only a 300-page book, dude. I mean, this ain't no Stephen King 1,000-page book.
Well, shit. Like, I think on average, like the rule for a screenplay is like each page is about a minute, depending on like each dialogue page is probably gonna be about a minute.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, 4 hours. That's like what? 240 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Holy
a lot.
shit. Yeah.
You imagine fucking reading all that, dude? Saying, oh my god, I'm leaving, bye.
Like that's 240
It
page
must have took,
script.
I mean, that must have took years to make.
To be fair, those are the
Dude.
extended editions. I don't know how long like the normal
They're boring.
is.
I'm sorry, but they are fucking boring. And once again, for the second movie, it doesn't follow the book. Third movie, it's even worse.
Well, I know it's kind of like that with the Rurouni Kenshin movies,
Okay.
which I thought about putting on this list. I'll probably throw that under honorable
We
mentions.
need to finish those movies, John.
Oh, have we not?
No.
Oh,
No, we only got halfway through the second one, man.
because the first one is really good, and the
Okay.
second and third ones don't follow it very well. Although, like the first one doesn't super follow the story either. So,
Okay.
I mean, I guess there's just like
that dude with the big sword.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
Zanza.
That's it. I knew it was something. I knew it was something with a Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Zanza is his like street name. I think his real name is Sanosuke.
Okay.
But yeah, good movies
Yeah.
for anime
thought
movies,
so.
I should say. Like, if you make a movie based on an anime, like a live action movie, I mean, sometimes you get some gems. A lot of time you get like the American Death Note movie.
Right?
Wonder if that's still on Netflix. You think?
I would imagine that's a Netflix original, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, then it should be there.
Well, Atomic Xeno is angry because we have not let we have not yet included Care Bears Movie 2, A New Generation in our lists. So this podcast is bullshit.
Unfucking believable.
He also recommended G-Force at an earlier date before this.
Well, I'm sorry. If he wanted to join in with the fucking Care Bears, then he should be with us right now.
You know, he
Me and
is.
you.
You
Me and
know,
you,
Sino.
John.
Sino, you
It
are
could,
allowed
it
to
could be
join in
him.
this. At any
Yeah,
point, you can jump into
I
this
mean,
chat. You
dude,
have
he's in our
permissions.
Discord.
You have all the
He's in.
permissions on our Discord to do it. You can jump in right
You
fucking
can jump
now
in
and
right
start
now.
defending Care Bears Movie 2. I've never seen Care Bears Movie 2 or G-Force, so...
Neither am I. Do I care to? No. No.
So by all means, you can jump on here. You don't... It,
Oh, come on in.
the, oh... We got Sino in.
God.
Not a shit for a man that's got the Discord app installed on his phone.
Good.
Good shit.
Good.
How's it going, Sino?
About as well as it can be.
Hey, that's not
Going
terrible.
on, man?
I mostly was gonna say about 25% of my list would be genuine picks, and the rest of the 75 would probably be shit just to.
Yeah? Yeah?
Well, I mean, I threw in a few, but like, I assume we're gonna end up doing more of these at some point. So like, gotta keep a couple
I
of
would hope
things
so.
in reserve. You know what I mean?
Like one of my picks would probably be the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I just hunted that movie down and got it. So yeah, I love that
Really?
movie. Yeah, I love that movie. It's great.
I'm
Oh,
sure
shit.
Nintendo continues to release Mario games that does not embody the vision of that film franchise. I feel Nintendo is betraying their fan base because that movie was the most accurate depiction of that franchise that has ever been shown.
You know what? I
I
can't.
mean, Dennis Hopper is what, Bowser, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I honestly can't disagree with that. Like, that is like if you took that world and put it into live action, that's probably what it would look like.
A horrifying world of course, it's 1 a.m., so I can't talk. But just full depicts a world of consumeristic gluttony where they're just mashing random psychotropic objects into their face
Yeah.
and then just committing horrific acts of violence and just environmental destruction at a scale that cannot be envisioned. And then Nintendo's like, it's bright colors and Mario's there to like shoot water at oil spills. Oh wait, no, they won't ever do that game again. It's just going to be continuing to be Mario, just being like, now I can take over people's bodies, and now there's just like it's body horror.
Super Mario Sunshine is actually my favorite Mario game.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's very good.
In Michael Swain's video game podcast, they pointed out that's not how Mario works, though. Like, if Mario gets the power, he has to apparently completely alter his entire personality, whereas Luigi will use devices to give himself new powers. So it's weird
Yeah.
that Mario was given the water pad.
Yeah, it should have probably been a Luigi game. That would have made it make more sense.
Yeah.
Because like Luigi's Mansion, which is a game I have and could stream at any point if I wanted to.
That was a good game.
That was a weird flex. Yeah,
do it, but
I
audience.
I have Luigi's Mansion. It's a very difficult game to find, and I could stream it at any point I want to. And guess what? I haven't yet.
What's my audience?
You know, that actually would probably be a game that might boost my audience.
Probably.
I don't think it would hurt.
Nintendo has a bit of an image issues, so they may not appreciate you playing that.
Eh.
They don't for a long time you couldn't play Nintendo games on YouTube without signing a contract with Nintendo. I
Huh.
think they had like explicit cussing rules. Like you wouldn't get off
Seriously?
the screen with that if you swore. Yeah, no, like if you watch certain YouTube channels, like how they behave completely changed during that time period if they were playing a Nintendo game.
Huh.
Okay, that makes
It was
sense.
it was a little bit of a medium ground because streaming still exists in kind of a weird legal gray area where the question is, does the streaming commentary in of itself act enough to change the content into its own artistic product, or are you just pirating something?
Uh, that's actually an interesting concept. Because for film, commentary actually works that way. That's why you'll see a lot of film commentaries being listed as having their own copyrights or their own protections.
Yeah. Obviously, none of us are legal experts. That's why I'm just gonna leave it.
I took a con law class.
Right, because the founding fathers had so much to say about whether or not your Luigi's Mansion playthrough is a legal
Right.
right.
Give me a
On,
fucking break.
honestly, it was more about like whether or not it's legal to post gun traps around your house.
I would love like the whole like the founding fathers were God ordained, and that's why they know that yes, I have a right to play a Halo speed run, and Microsoft better stay the fuck off my ass.
That's you know what? If I ever get taken to court over anything, I'm just gonna make that argument. I'm just gonna be like,
Make that argument. I would.
the founding fathers are God ordained to to spread to spread freedom, and therefore I'm allowed to do what I want. Fuck you.
You say that, but I come from a church where that's pretty much doctrine.
Oh boy.
He's not wrong. So tell us some more about Care Bears 2. I'm interested now, and you haven't brought it up
Oh no,
not fucking
that one's
once.
not on my.
I don't
That
care.
one's not.
You teased it.
I just saw that movie was in my house because my sister started having nightmares.
Oh.
Oh, is that the one where like death is in it?
There's the weird shadow monster that
Yeah.
steals people's emotions. Like the Care Bear movie franchise is this weird '80s kids movie franchise, kind of like Gremlins, where it really seemed to be designed to traumatize children. And I
Yeah.
think the first one had like a weird book that was sentient and it was used for occult rituals and it stole people's minds so they had no free will. And then the Care Bears had to show up to like stop this devil book. And then the
Oh my
second one was like,
god.
yeah, no, there's this shape shifting entity that can steal your emotions.
Man.
So it was like hiding in a crowd of children at a summer's camp. It was called like No Hope or some shit.
Oh god.
Wow.
You know,
Like
the
the
80s
80s,
was a great time for kids movies.
yeah, the 80s had a really weird idea about what acceptable parenting was.
I mean, it's the age of the latchkey kid and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a serious note, I'd probably say In the Mouth of Madness is one of my favorite movies.
Ooh.
Yeah. And we watched that on movie night.
Yeah, we all watched that together for movie night, and
Yeah.
I think all of us loved that movie.
Yeah. I like that movie.
Yeah. Sam Neill's great in that movie.
Yes.
A lot of people are like the thing, and I'm like, nah. I feel like he hit his stride with In the Mouth of the Madness because that one traded out the whole horror of can you trust anyone for can you trust reality?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We just watched
Good one.
a movie that reminded me a little bit of that today. It was called Dead and Buried.
Mm.
You might enjoy it.
I'm just thinking of all the Cthulhu-esque horror movies that they kept trying to put out for a while, and I'm just like, yeah, no, they never really hit the whole existential horror thing well in most horror movies.
I haven't watched Color Out of Space yet, so I can't.
I just assume that since it has Nicolas Cage, it's not going to hit the right notes, but it's going to be
Oh,
list.
but Mandy was really good.
I'm not saying it's going to be a bad movie. I don't
Oh,
think it can be a existential horror film with Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage tries existential horror a lot, though. Now that
Yeah,
I
but
think
he
about
he
it,
doesn't
like,
he doesn't succeed.
shh. We all know that's
No,
because he's got of his directors.
Yes, that's
I
the
think
reason.
I think it's that his directors don't stop him.
That's
Yeah,
still a director
he
thing.
has to have free reign. He has
Like
to.
you
Well,
brought up Ghost Rider, and when I found out later that some of my least favorite elements of Ghost Rider were because of him, I was like, oh, um, because the scene that I still distinctly remember, because I watched that movie as like a young Ghost Rider fan, I was super confused why Johnny Blaze doesn't drink in that movie. Because I swear in the comics, the man drinks like a fish. Um,
he
because like
does.
in the movie, he won't drink because he has nightmares, is what he says.
Yeah.
What he does instead is he gets martini glasses and he
It fills
fills
them
them
with
with
jelly
jelly beans
beans.
and then proceeds to drink them. Like he
Yeah.
tips the glass back like he's trying to drink, and then just chews the jelly beans. And I found out years later that was Nicolas Cage's choice.
You know
He
what would have
wanted that.
been ballsier, I think, is if he did all of that the same, but instead of, like, obviously chewing the jelly beans, he just swallowed them whole instead. Like he was actually drinking them. And then I think those scenes might have felt like they paid off more.
I feel like they could have just, copied it or something. Like that would have made more sense with the nightmare comment.
Yeah, that's
Like,
fair.
why do you drink so much coffee, Johnny? I don't want to sleep. I have nightmares.
Just constantly.
Yeah, just he has a really heavy caffeine addiction, and it would have been like the PG version of Johnny Blaze's drinking problem.
Yeah.
Um, like I enjoy Nicolas Cage, but every time I've heard he was given the option of making a choice, I'm just like that might have been a bad idea.
I
Don't do that.
wonder I wonder how many choices he made in Mandy that were his idea. Like I wonder if 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 they just made a script so batshit crazy that Nick Cage just couldn't come up with anything else to add to it
Have
to
you
make
ever
it dumber.
have you ever heard his shopping list, like the things he's bought with his Hollywood money?
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah,
No.
I'm
He's
pretty sure Mandy was all him.
yeah, could have been.
I think he owned a cobra at some point. He had to return dinosaur bones to Mongolia
Yeah, I
because
know
he
that
learned
part.
from them, got them illegally. He owns, I believe, one of the most haunted houses in New Orleans. He bought a tomb and built a weird pyramid next to like a famous voodoo priestess in New Orleans, and
Yeah.
the community hates him for that tomb because they believe it is a blight on the cemetery. Um, think I don't know. The man's got a weird obsession with the occult. I think he thinks he's cursed because they bought that house in New Orleans or something.
Could be.
And I think that's part of the reason he keeps making movies is because he's like partially trying to catch his like skill and his high point, but he also desperately needs the money because I think his accountant stole like a bunch of money from him.
Yeah. That same thing happened to Chuck Palahniuk recently. It was
I think it might
his
be
accountant
specific.
ended up embezzling like all of his fucking money.
Yeah.
Who?
Chuck Palahniuk. He wrote Fight Club and Choke
Oh,
and
okay. Okay.
bunch of good books.
Much like The Purge, it's one of those things that if anyone ever tells you it's their favorite thing, assume they don't understand it.
Yeah, yeah. Anyone who
Like
tells you
everything,
Fight Club is their favorite thing, it's like, oh, you don't
step
understand what
away
Fight Club's
slowly.
about. I
Yeah, step away slowly and start
bet.
running. Um, so every time I've ever talked about The Purge with somebody, I have two reactions, which is they're like, kind of got bad after the first movie because I feel like they got a little too overt with the commentary, or they're like, we we should do a purge. And I was just like, nope, you didn't get the point. And that's why they kept getting more obvious with commentary.
Right.
Each movie in that franchise is like, it's class warfare, but literal.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
it's not subtle in the first movie, which is
No, no, it's not.
But it's gotten real fucking blatant as the franchise has gone forward.
yeah, because Americans are fucking dumbasses. Sorry, everybody.
True.
Like, if there's anything I've learned from being an American my whole life, it's that we're all fucking dumbasses and we're gonna destroy ourselves, like, relatively quickly.
Like the purge.
Like The Purge.
Yeah.
Or Fight Club.
I wouldn't see the purge. I probably would put on my list, but I can't pick a specific movie. I guess it's more the concept of the purge. That I'm just like, I like the thing that the purge movie wants to be, but it never can be.
Yeah.
Like, it's
But,
one of those movies where I don't know how you could execute it correctly.
actually, what's interesting about this conversation is I kind of feel like Fight Club might be literally what The Purge wants to be.
It definitely would be a better prequel than the Purge prequel.
I didn't see the Purge prequel. I thought it looked
did.
stupid.
I saw it with my mom in theaters, I think.
Really? Your mom went and saw it?
My mom loves that franchise. It's one of her favorite horror movie franchises.
Thought
We
you
went through a period
What?
with my family where we were preppers, so we kind of were viewing the Purge franchise as like a preparatory film. Like, this is what's gonna happen when the shit hits the fan.
You know, I didn't think about it that way.
And ironically, with the toilet paper shortage, I'm not entirely sure that wasn't a correct thought. Considering people are drawing guns on each other over fucking sports trading cards in 2021, I definitely am not confident that the purge couldn't be a thing. I just don't think the government would plan it.
Yeah, it would just be a spontaneous thing that happens like every year or two.
But no, the Purge prequel movie really didn't make sense because they had to like try and explain how you go from not having a purge to having a purge, and how the government would decide that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And they didn't do it. They failed it. Like, they had a psychologist who like had the faultiest research in that movie, who was like, yeah, we're gonna test the purge in like this one city. And you're gonna let me do this? And I'm like, nope, no ethics committee would agree to this.
No ethics committee would agree to it.
And then like,
Unless it completely changed over the last few years.
In case anyone's actually want to watch the third Purge movie, I guess skip for a while and like John can like start waving his arms when we're done. But the first prequel movie, like, it's the psychologist.
Wait, that's the fourth movie.
No, it was the third. Oh, you're right. It is
The third one is Election Year.
That one was okay. I like
That was fine.
Yeah, we watched that on movie night.
I'm at the point where I like the Purge movies because of the costumes. I think it's cute that apparently there's this like entire like economy set around the Purge purely around buying your costume for Purge night. And, like,
Yeah.
these weird like themes to it. Like the tourists in the third Purge movie like go for this like weird colonial murder America vibe. So you have like these weird like Betty Ross costumes, the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this is a weird economy. And I think they even show like Purge mask cards the night before.
Yeah.
For people to like buy their last minute costume. So it's like Halloween, but with murder.
What if it's just like what Halloween becomes?
And I want to know, like, if there, I don't, so, like, could there be overnight stock trading on the Purge night? Because apparently, like, all crime is legal, which means then they could just open the stock market and do a lot of really sketchy investing. Like, is
Very well done.
I'd say yes.
even worse?
Oh, yeah.
Like, would cryptocurrency be even worse? Like, would there be, like, Purge coin where, like, completely do not follow any investing laws? And
Fuck
we
yeah.
do whatever the hell you want. You might make a lot of money, or you might lose everything.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That'd totally be a thing.
Sure would.
Okay, but we're off track because I'm trying to summarize the Purge prequel. So a psychologist lady has a really sketchy theory, like, yeah, if we just let everybody do all the crimes, they'll magically no longer have that desire the rest of the year. And the government's like, yeah, we'll try that because we're secretly all a bunch of rich old white dudes who really want to kill a bunch of poor people so we can get more money. And they're doing this experiment in one city because apparently they could convince an entire city to let them do this. But as they're doing it, they're like, oh shit, people don't want to kill each other magically.
Yeah.
And the psychologist like, my theory was wrong. And the government's like, fuck you, it's not. And they murder her and hide it in the purge. And like, I think they excuse it as like, she went to do her American duty or something. And it's just like, right, because there's no other psychologist that would review the data and be like, huh, that was a really bad theory.
Yeah. Like,
Sounds like something Trump would do.
Now, quick, wave your arms, John, so they know they can come back.
I've waved my arms 3 times now.
But, yeah. So, Purge franchise is fun.
It is. Oh shit, wait.
Like,
I think we each have one more.
I'm done.
have you seen the trailer for the most recent Purge movie?
Nope.
Nope.
It's somehow even more overt this time.
Shocker.
Like in the trailer, there's a part where they're like, Mexico's opening its border for everyone that's fleeing the perpetual purge that's now happening.
Like all of the borders open to let the poor fucking American refugees in.
Right?
Please, you think any of our neighbors would let us in?
Oh hell no.
No.
Not in that scenario.
They'd be like, good, they're finally just doing everyone's job for them.
Though, I am a little concerned. There was one thing in the trailer that makes me think they now don't understand what the message was that they started with. Because one of the lines that's in the trailer is this, like, weird... Because, of course, it's a Purge movie, so there's Purge themes. And this one, because apparently it's set in Texas, there's, like, these people who are dressed in, like, cowboy outfits. And in the trailer, they mention how, like, it's the new purge, and we're gonna purge you rich fuckers. And I'm like, whoa. You've been telling us all the other movies this was the good thing. Literally, the second Purge movie has them like going into like a weird purge coliseum that the rich are running.
Yeah.
To kill rich people because there's a revolution to stop the purge.
Yeah.
And now you have like the villains of this movie be the kind of people we were supposed to be rooting in the other one. And it was like, wow, did you guys forget what this franchise was supposed to be about? Like, man.
They just don't care. They just want money. They don't care about a little fucking story.
And at this point, it's probably trying to pander to everyone.
Well, of course.
No, the theme in the new one is obvious. It's very much a response to the last couple years.
Well, that makes sense.
Like, this is like when Ubisoft or Activision is like, we have no political leanings in our games. It's like, advertisement didn't say that.
Yeah.
But okay, you guys get back to your movies. I'll hop off the Discord.
Well, if you want, you can stay, but I think I just have to do mine now.
Yeah.
Yeah. My last one?
Purge 3.
Yes.
My last one is the Patriot. Oh fuck, I did that joke already.
Yeah, you did that once in laundry.
Yeah. What did you think of that one?
Well, they've gone off on a Mel Gibson tangent.
Oh.
Shocker, another tangent.
My last one is a movie by my favorite director, and it's Happiness of the Katakoris.
Brief horrified second there. I thought he was going to say, like, one of Neil Breen's movies.
I was so close to putting Yakuza Apocalypse.
I'm surprised you did.
Well, I put Happiness of the Katakoris instead. I was also thinking about Ichi the Killer, but I think Yakuza Apocalypse and
Oh, that's much
Happiness of the
better.
Katakuris are both much better.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Happiness of the Katakuris is a fun Japanese film about that was directed by Takashi Miike. It is fun.
Yeah.
It's so
It
fun.
is. It is, but it's a musical.
It's not actually a musical. It has like 3 songs in it.
Oh, there's more than fucking that.
I don't think so.
Well,
There's
gotta be
like
at least 5.
there's the zombie one. Then there's like the weird love one. And then there's the end song. And actually
There's gotta be more than
those
that.
ones tie together.
Yeah.
So that's 2. There might be an opening song, but I think that's 3. That's only 3 songs. I could be forgetting some.
Gotta be more than that.
That reminds me, I still need to watch that movie.
It's a very good movie. It's the plot of the movie is that there is a family who is running a failing inn that is in the middle of nowhere, and then suddenly people start showing up and dying in strange ways, and the
Yep.
family is hiding it because uh, it's bad for business, and then hilarity ensues. This movie was nominated for the Japanese version of an Academy Award and is
As it should
batshit
be.
crazy,
Yeah.
as
The
is.
first time Johnny saw that movie, he's like, Mike, I am watching a fever dream. I'm like, oh my god, what are you watching now?
Remember Gozu? Like,
Uh-huh.
Gozu was nuts. This movie's a little bit crazier, I think.
But it's more fun.
It's very fun.
It's really kind of like a black comedy.
It's definitely a black comedy.
I mean, especially with like the sumo guy. I mean, dude, it's funny.
Yeah, the movie is laugh out loud fucking funny.
It is funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely recommend that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Now we're going to do any honorable mentions.
You want to go first, Bob?
No, I'm fine. We'll just throw shit in as we go.
All right. Well, mine is Blair Witch Project.
That was one of your picks for our Halloween video too.
It was.
Yeah, there were a few that were on the Halloween video that you picked.
I think it was just one.
I know you picked Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought you picked Terminator, but I could be wrong.
I could have.
Terminator's not a horror movie.
Huh?
Terminator's not a horror movie.
No, it isn't. It has horror elements.
I would say it's
I would say it's about as much horror as any slasher film.
maybe.
Terminator's practically identical to Jason. Only difference is Terminator's a little chattier.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of like all of his one-liners and shit that I just associated as an action movie.
Freddy Krueger.
But like,
There's a lot of one-liners.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, Freddy Krueger's not like a scary villain.
Well, we've had this discussion. I don't think slashers are scary. They're baby's first horror movie.
Yeah.
You haven't reached the point where you understand that your fellow human beings are capable of unimaginable violence. I don't know how to introduce you to the 21st century yet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Or like clowns. Like if you aren't aware that like strangers can do you harm, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, what I've heard from psychologists, because the Smithsonian had a Halloween article about why are people afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
It's because a clown shows one emotion through their face makeup, but they're capable of having a different emotion than what they're expressing.
Yes.
Which is disconcerting to people. But then it's like, oh, it's that you don't like that you can't see what they're actually thinking.
Which is dumb. Sorry, anyone who's terrified of clowns.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's dumb. I'm saying it's oddly introductory existential crisis.
Like
Like,
it's
it's the realization that you're never going to be fully connected to another person. Like, you can never fully know another person.
yeah, but
It's
like
that whole community. But
if that bothers you, then I would argue that you're you have like a child's thought process.
no, I
Pretty
think
much.
it's one of those things people don't like to think about for most of their life.
Hmm.
Like, how many movies, like, the major, like, element is, like, 40-year-old spouse realizes they don't really know their spouse, and now they're having, like, a weird crisis, and they're, like, rediscovering themselves. And that gets an Oscar nomination.
Don't know. I don't think I've seen any movies like that. Isn't that
I
basically
didn't.
the plot of Marriage Story, though?
I have no clue.
Me
I don't
neither.
usually want to watch those because, as you pointed out, I feel like most people at some confront that realization.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone that's watching Neon Genesis Evangelion, that's like the last 2 episodes of that series.
Yeah.
The realization you don't know anyone except your concept of them.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Sure.
I say Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's fun.
On my top 10 list, I would have to say Pass Through.
Really?
God.
Like the
Shut
pass
up.
through, like Neil
Yeah,
Breen?
no. If your argument is this top 10 list is like movies that have completely altered how you view filmmaking, that movie's made me realize movies are like a short story. It's a form of artistic expression everyone thinks they can do, but very few people can. And
Yes.
Neil Breen made me realize the vast majority of movies aren't actually anything anyone's going to say. It's more of an event that's being forced upon you.
Uh-huh.
And Pass Through is like the best way of depicting that. Like, Pass Through has made me realize the vast majority of movies aren't so much a story. Like, I don't think Marvel movies are stories anymore. They're more like a roller coaster I get on.
Yeah.
And Neil Breen movies are more like that weird, like, county fair ride where you're like, that looks like it's gonna kill me. I don't know if I should be on it, but I'm gonna risk it anyways.
That is dangerously accurate, yeah.
But yeah, like, no, I'm not gonna say Pass Through is a good movie. It's a movie that has altered how I view movies.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it though?
I'd recommend it if you want to understand why filmmaking is not something everyone can do.
Well, if
Exactly.
hang on. At some point, we should have a list that is each of us should pick 10 movies that show that filmmaking is not something that everyone can do, and we'll all just bring 10 movies to the table and just show that guess what, you think you can make a movie, but you probably can't.
I,
Yeah, and Neil Breen's one of those.
I already probably have like through.
Pass Through is also one of those movies I think I would recommend people to watch it the way I watched it, because that's how you get the full impact, which is you need to be sleep deprived and half delusional when you
That
start watching it. By the
that
point
has
the tiger shows up, you'll be horrified what's going to happen, and then just gradually start losing control of your understanding of what the movie is.
the one of
Because
the best lines from any of our movie nights, just any movie night I've been at in general. Just he's gonna fuck that tiger.
problem is I don't think you said it as horrified as I did, because in my head it was genuine terror.
You
And it
yelled
was
it, and then we
horrible.
laughed. We had to pause the movie and laughed for like an hour. The movie took like an hour
You paused that fucking movie for an hour,
and just died
with
laughing.
knowing you have that much more to go.
Yeah,
Dude,
that wasn't
That
even
is
an
just
hour into the
that is
movie.
criminal. That is
We
criminal.
could not stop laughing. We ended that movie at
Oh,
like 4 in the fucking morning.
Oh my God! No wonder he was sleep deprived.
I think I also hadn't slept well the night before.
I
Like,
think we started watching all of those movies at like 7. So
yeah, he needs desperately an editor that can tell him no, that does not need to be in the movie.
Nobody's gonna tell him
it's
anything.
him. That's
Yeah,
his. It's
I know
his.
it's him. But this goes full circle back to some people need to understand you can't make movies.
Uh-huh.
Like everybody's like Ed Wood made the worst movie ever. I'm like, fuck
No.
you. You think Plan 9 is the worst movie? You don't understand. I watched a movie where I genuinely was horrified that the possibility of a man fucking a tiger was gonna happen, and eventually it barely dawned on me that that movie was just a manifesto in film form with weird sci-fi elements put in there so no one could have him involuntarily fossilized.
A part of me
Yep.
wishes like that. There was a
That he
scene
was
where he
hospitalized.
started
I know.
fucking the tiger because like it was a stock footage tiger, so we would have gotten to see Neil Breen try and superimpose himself fucking a tiger into stock footage of a tiger.
The one scene in any movie.
No, no, time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. We do not condone any bestiality or anything like that.
I would like.
All I'm gonna say.
I would like to think that that's.
Oh my
My,
God.
my statement was, you're not saying that as horrifying. I remember. Because I was genuinely horrified. At that point in the movie, I thought anything and everything was going to happen. Because that movie at one point just has a bunch of kids walking through a field of corpses stacked like 2 stories high. And that's supposed to be a good thing.
No, they're not stacked at all. They're like all in a line, but they're like
Yeah.
CGI.
And it's
They're like
horrible.
in
It's
in
horrible.
lines, like really neat lines, but they're all CGI'd to make it look like there are like hundreds in the background.
And it's so bad.
But it's one of those scenes where, like, he thinks it's a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's obvious the movie wants you to be like, that's good. And even I consider myself liberal, so certain parts of the movie I'm like, yeah, I think maybe bankers aren't the best people. I don't want them to die and be stacked in a desert. Like that movie has really disturbed. Like you talk about how like horror movies don't phase you anymore. That movie wasn't even a horror movie, and that's still one of the movies that haunts me.
Because that's his manifesto.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Yeah, it is.
Like
when
Rich
you
Evans
watch-
says.
when
That's
you
his
watch-
manifesto.
When you watch his film series,
Hello? Oh fuck.
Huh?
and it's just
Hang on.
uh-oh.
Hang on.
John's face went away.
Yeah, my
He left.
my computer or my Discord freaked out for a second.
But yeah, pass through.
You got a problem with the Twitch too? There we go.
Through
Yeah,
one of those
we're
movies that
we're back up.
Okay.
pass through. It's one of those movies that'll traumatize you, and you'll never fully get it out of your mind. Like I no longer refer to movies as good or bad. I'm just like, it's not a Neil Breen movie.
Yeah.
It had a story.
That's why we don't really do a star system here. It's generally in fact I don't even really base it on recommendations at this point. It's did I enjoy watching the movie?
We've reached the point of postmodern film review where it's
It's
just like,
it's literally was. Did I have fun? Yeah, it was fun. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give it a
Shark
watch.
Ghost Shark? Yeah, that was the most fun movie I've ever watched. Put a 10 out of 10 on that bitch.
shockingly, Sharknado, not a good movie.
Yeah, shockingly, Sharknado, not very fun as a B movie.
Like, the only way I can recommend watching that is if you watch the Riff Tracks version, and even that kind of has an uphill battle with it. It's kind of like Red Zone Cuba, where like you can't really mock Sharknado because it's not really it's kind of like trying to like make a joke about a bad comedy film. You just can't do it.
Yeah, probably not.
Like when a joke is too bad to land, you can't salvage it. And Sharknado is just a joke that the punchline like tripped over its own feet
Well,
and like
that's
whacked its head on a table.
I mean that's literally what the movie is though. It was a movie that was made to be bad and bad funny.
Uh
So
huh.
that's where it fails. And like Ghost Shark has a little bit of that, but there's something about Ghost Shark. I think it's
The
just the
difference is
pure insanity of the premise that just makes it so much fun to watch.
Uh huh.
the difference is kind of like satire. Somebody who's good at satire knows how to do it, but when somebody thinks they
Yeah.
can do satire and do satire, making an intentionally bad B movie actually requires a lot of skill.
Yeah.
You it
Yeah.
requires your ability to know what the audience is going to expect and like somehow come at it in a direction they can't expect.
Yes.
Sharknado went too much on the nose. It's like it's shark, it's a tornado,
What could go wrong?
go,
Yeah.
and then
But
they just never came up with them.
Ghost Shark, I
Yeah,
think what's amazing about Ghost Shark, and like I think it's still
Ghost
on.
Shark never gives you what you think you're gonna get.
Yeah, like well, or maybe it's because it kind of does. The premise
Does
of
it?
Ghost Shark is well, I think what it is that the premise of Ghost Shark brought up so many questions for all of us. And as the movie went on, it continually answered those fucking questions. like
But in a way that was somehow a question. Like
a little
you were
bit.
like, okay, so it can show up anywhere there's water.
Yeah.
Does that mean it can show up out of a toilet? Yes. Okay,
Yes,
so
we
the
see
body
it.
of water isn't like it doesn't matter the size of the water.
And then it got to the point where like there was a part where there was a water cooler in the background and I was like,
Yep.
Ghost Shark's gonna come out of that water cooler, and instead of coming out of the water cooler, someone pours a glass of water, drinks the water, and Ghost Shark explodes out of the
But like
Fucking
the
awesome.
and
movie is
eventually we're like,
fucking
okay,
brilliant.
yeah. But our favorite scene is like I think they eventually have a rainstorm. And we're like, well, there's water here, right? And so they do the logical thing, which is yes, it is water. Therefore, Ghost Shark can come out of the rain, and Ghost Shark is just repeatedly
Yes.
falling out of the sky,
Yeah.
trying to get these people.
Like the movie is out of control and it's amazing and I love it.
Basically, that movie opened with like I think the premise was dude is competing in some kind of fishing contest that has a time limit, but somehow like he's on a boat, so nobody's
Uh
there to
huh.
actually to officiate it. So I
Yeah.
don't know why he got so pissed about this, but he's like trying to reel in his catch before the time runs out, and a
And a
shark
shark ate it.
catches it. Yeah, and he reels in the shark, and so like it starts out the way you expect. Like he has a gun, like a handgun, and he starts shooting the shark, and it's like okay, I guess that makes sense. Then he turns to his wife and says, "Get the six pack," but
Yeah.
it's not beer. He has a six pack of hot sauce on his
Yeah.
boat.
And he
And
starts
he
dumping
takes the
hot sauce
bottle,
in its eyes.
yeah, on the shark's like gunshot wounds.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Quick, get my tackle box." And he pulls out a hand grenade
Yeah,
and
and
he
then he
shoves it in the shark's mouth, and the
ex-
shark's head explodes. And then it somehow swims away to a magic cave
yeah.
that brings it back as a ghost. And that's how the movie starts. So we watched that movie, and then Sharknado shows up, and like Sharknado has a
Yeah.
really good opening scene to set the premise, and then
Yeah.
it just goes downhill from
And
there.
then it's fucking
Yeah.
boring for an hour and a half.
But I got six movies,
Yeah,
seven.
and Ghost Shark only got one other one.
And the second one looks like it probably would have sucked, though. That one went to Sharknado, where it's like, you thought the first one was funny, and now we're aware of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Although apparently not enough to release a fucking decent DVD copy of it.
I think there must be some kind of copyright hell thing.
I don't know. Like, how much of a copyright hell can it be?
Snakehead Terror got a DVD release. If
Yeah,
that got a DVD release, there's no reason Ghost Shark shouldn't.
yeah.
Though I like Snakehead Terror. If you're giving me the option between Snakehead Terror or Sharknado, I'll go with Snakehead Terror.
Ooh, we should watch Snakehead Terror then.
Yeah, it's not that great. It's not aged well. Though
Oh.
if it's on Amazon, whenever I finally get a capture card, I would love to do a watch party of that.
I don't think you need a
It's
capture
fun.
card for that.
I need a capture card because of my no, no, you're right. I wouldn't eh,
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know if my computer has one installed.
has one what?
Well, no, you're right. I wouldn't. I would need
No,
something
you can
like
just run a
OBS
watch
or
party straight through Twitch.
yeah, I guess it was the audio I wasn't sure how to capture.
Oh, I'm not sure.
You've accurately pointed out the like as long as I have like OBS or Twitch Studio or something.
Yeah, but it's pretty great.
Though my laptop's essentially wait.
Actually, now that we mentioned it, I need to check out if Ghost Shark is still up on YouTube.
Well, why don't we do that off stream?
No, why would we do that?
Michael Michael wants to finish his best of.
Well, Mike, what's your next one? I I thought you were done.
I got Goodfellas.
Ooh,
That, that's a jam by Martin. My
yeah.
last one is Blazing Saddles.
Oh, Blazing Saddles is so
I like
good.
Uh-huh.
I like that Mike it kind of has like a traditionalist list. Like he lists the movies that neither of us will ever say.
Yeah. Well, I would have said Blazing Saddles. I don't know. I was
Well,
struggling.
not Blazing
Tough.
Saddles. I
It's
meant like
tough.
good. I
He
meant like Goodfellas, Terminator,
Scarface.
Scarface. Mostly because I haven't watched those. Like he's like the Terminator. I'm like I've only seen Terminator 2 and Terminator Genesis,
Oh my god.
and I was a little preoccupied, so I couldn't respond. And yeah, no, Terminator the franchise has gone downhill because time travel is a really bad story writing element because it
Uh-huh.
creates inconsistency. It's basically if you wanted to write a story that was its own unreliable narrator.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Like you're not wrong at all.
Because I think the only movie I've ever seen that kind of handled time travel fine was Back to the Future, but that's because it created the whole you can't actually alter time
Wait,
scenario.
what about Bill and
What?
Ted?
Bill and Ted has the issue of time is still mutable because they like remove people from the space-time continuum, and I think it did have some kind of con.
Only in the third movie.
Yeah, but that's because the third movie realized you can't really do that without something.
Unless it's
Well,
multiple
I haven't seen,
timelines.
and I think Bill and Ted pulled it off mostly because they don't take time travel seriously,
Yeah. But that's my point is you either can't take it seriously or you have to think it through a lot.
or you can go the route of having CGI Arnold Schwarzenegger fight himself.
I guess. But I wouldn't say that's successful.
I feel so
Uh-huh.
sorry. Matt Smith was in that movie, and he didn't deserve to be in that movie.
Matt Smith apparently thought he deserved to be in that movie.
Matt Smith was trying to break into Hollywood, is what he did. He had just finished Doctor. That was like one of his first major motion pictures.
Huh.
And I'm just like, oh, you poor thing. You played Skynet in that movie. I wouldn't have ever said, let's make Skynet a hologram.
uh,
Ah, Genesis was. I have a really bad track record of I see really bad movies with my dad because we don't we never go to the movies like at a time when good movies are out. We always are going at like weird transitional times in the theater where like nothing major's out but nothing good's still in theaters. So like I saw the second Hobbit movie with him, and that's one of the few times I've literally seen him get angry at a like he hated how that movie ended because he's like they ended it with the dragon flying towards the village. They left it on a literal cliffhanger that would if there's no sequel, there will never be a resolution to that story.
Yes.
And it offended his writing sensibility so badly that like he still sometimes will bring that up. He has no desire to see the third Hobbit. That's his thing.
Neither do I, and I never have.
Oh, I
Yeah.
saw it. It's one of the few war movies I've ever watched where I literally wanted less fighting.
Okay.
I also hated that there's a scene that Legolas basically becomes a Looney Tune and somehow defies the laws of physics while jumping up rocks that are falling.
Shh. It's okay.
No, it's not. I liked one of my favorite movies is the cartoon Hobbit movie. So when I saw that and they're like, "Oh, they got one of my favorite actors," even though I feel bad, I never can remember his name, but the guy they picked to play Bilbo, I really like him in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie. And I was so
Martin
excited that
Freeman.
he was going to play Bill. Yeah. I was so excited they were going to have him play Bilbo. And the first movie's fine. Like, it's not great, but it wasn't horrible. And then, like, each continuing movie, I'm just like, this should never have happened. You can obviously tell Del Toro was done. He didn't. Oh no, not Del Toro. Del Toro's
Peter
who originally
Jackson.
was going to do the Hobbit. They were originally going to have Del Toro do the Hobbit, and eventually they realized, oh shit, we hired Del Toro to do a Tolkien movie, and they're like, fuck this, you're out of here. Bring back in Jackson, and Jackson was like, I don't want to redo this.
Yeah.
Um, and they had almost completely finished the first Hobbit movie when they decided to switch. So they were going in and undoing everything with Jackson, and Jackson was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do this. And you can tell it. Like, I don't know that he sabotaged the Hobbit movies, but I can't say definitively Jackson wasn't trying to ruin those movies so they would
Yeah.
never ask him to do it again.
It's just like, fuck this, I'm done.
Because the fact that you go from the Lord of the Rings movies, which were like if it could be done practically, they did it practically. To
And
the
like,
Hobbit
not
movies
only
being
that, but
mostly
they were
CGI.
the CGI they used was like super careful. Like they went out of their way when they duplicated soldiers to make sure they all had different faces and that it all looked good. And
Yeah,
like there's literally the clone army in that movie.
yeah, and yeah, the Hobbit movie. You can just tell Jackson was like, I didn't want to do this. I did the Lord of the Rings, not the Hobbit.
Yeah.
That's also I feel bad that Stephen Colbert was in those Hobbit movies. Like he really deserved to be in the Lord of the Ring ones and not the Hobbit
Stephen
ones.
Colbert
Uh-huh.
was in those movies.
He has
Uh-huh.
a cameo when
Huh.
they go to Lake the dude who like watches the hobbits coming into town and he knocks on the door, that's Colbert. Like it was a yeah, I was excited when I saw that because it was the one I saw with my dad and like turned to him and like that's Stephen Colbert and he's like who's Stephen Colbert and I'm like he's a comedian, it's fine. uh but yeah, now that I think about it, my tendency with movies is I don't like movies so much, I just tend to watch things and are like wow that was really bad.
isn't that
'Cause I genuinely
isn't that just
I'm
all of our
trying to
experiences really?
Pretty
Eighty
much.
percent of the stuff we watch is like, and then like every once in a while we're like, oh fuck, that was great. Like today we
like I'm trying
watched
to
I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and that was so fucking good.
I'm genuinely trying to think of movies that I would like turn to another human being and be like, before you die, before your one mortal existence ends, I want you to watch this, and I'm having a hell of a time. Like so far, the list is I'm realizing I'm more of a visual movie watcher. Most of the movies I watch, it's because I liked the visuals. Like,
Hmm.
What Dreams May Come. Um,
Okay, What Dreams May Come is amazing. I'll probably never watch it a second time because
I like it.
I
It
just
has a
don't
happy
know
ending.
if I have enough tears to cry.
Isn't that the
I've
one
never
with
cried
Robin
at that movie.
Williams?
Yeah,
It's just so
that's one.
sad and then it's so happy.
It's
I
one of
need to
those
see
movies that
that.
should have been a red flag. That like I think that one should have tipped people off that he maybe wasn't okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, a Richard Matheson book.
yep, I've never gotten around to reading.
I can't bring myself to because of because of the movie.
Yeah.
Because I just know I'll be sitting there at work and I'll just be crying and I'll just be like, they just love each other so much.
In the Mouth of Madness, partially because of the visuals.
Yeah.
I really like Fear and Loathing in Las
Oh,
Vegas.
Hmm.
Once again for the visuals.
Love that movie. Sav hates that movie.
oh, I hate that fucking movie.
Why do you
My
hate
dad
that
does
movie?
too.
Oh, it's fucking trash.
Why?
Oh, I just
It's
I
not a
have never liked that
story.
movie.
It's not a story. It's basically what I my dad hates the movie too. I got my
Statist
Oh.
copy from my dad.
Technically, yes, it's terrible as a film. Fine. It's
Eh,
terrible
uh,
as far as plot progression and
yeah,
probably
I
character
think
arc too.
I think that's why most people don't like it, or they don't like the kind of weird non-reliable narrator thing with the hallucinations. You're never quite sure what's actually happening,
Yeah.
what's exaggeration, what's the character's opinion of what's happening. Like his interaction with the police officer, you're never sure like what actually was said because obviously what was said couldn't have been what was said.
Yeah.
Like the weird land crab comment, like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Nobody eats land crabs.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, no, I like that's why I emphasize. I'm like I don't watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas because it's a good movie that has good characters. I watch it because somehow it's a fever dream that I feel is somehow closer to what humanity is like than humanity wants to say it is.
Requiem for a Dream.
Never seen it. I think I've heard people talk
Oh,
about it.
A
oh,
very visual film.
Yeah.
oh.
Also, a movie
It
with
was a
no
haunting
plot.
film.
No plot in that
Haunting.
movie. The plot is people do
Haunting.
drugs and bad things happen, which is
Yep.
actually
Um,
pretty much the same plot as Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, actually.
I really like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I need to rewatch that. I haven't watched it since I was a kid.
It's one of those movies that's never left my brain.
Yeah.
Um, I like Doctor Strange more than I probably should. Once again, I think it's more because of the visuals, because somebody put way more effort into that movie than that movie deserved. Like a
Huh.
lot of that is like weird urban landscape fractals,
Huh. I have not watched
and
it yet.
yeah. I also appreciate it because it's one of the few superhero movies where they almost explicitly point out that combat actually would never solve anything. So it's one of the only Marvel movies where the way the hero wins is literally by lose.
Oh, that's neat.
Because yeah, so I'm like I can't really like it's in my list and I kind of acknowledge it shouldn't be and not in like a sarcastic way like Super Mario Brothers where I'm like I know objectively it's not a good movie, but I like it because I'm told I shouldn't.
Hmm. See, that's not why I like it. I genuinely watched the Super Mario Brothers movie many times as a kid because I love that movie. I
Well,
don't.
yeah, no,
I'm not
I watched
100%
it
sure
because I liked.
why, but
Yeah, I also watched it because I liked it, but as an adult, the fact it's still on my list is predominantly because I'm very upset with Nintendo.
because
And
Nintendo's
I,
like, no.
kind of.
I mean, I got that movie for $7 on DVD. I think it's not super difficult to find. You know, it
I
is
think
hard
it.
to find the Not the Bees cut of The Wicker Man. That's just not available, I guess.
I think I might have that.
Really?
I bought it for programming. I didn't get to watch it though. I
Uh,
literally played it in an empty room.
wow, that sucks.
I realize the people who come to my workplace's movie programs don't like cult movies.
Huh.
I literally played Fear and Loathing for Las Vegas for two elderly women.
And and they like freaked out.
Their summary was, now I've never tried drugs, but now I don't need to. I was like, there's gonna be two ways this is gonna play out. Either you guys are like former hippies and you're into some weird crap and this isn't gonna phase you,
Or you just wanted
or
to watch a
I
movie.
am gonna have to deal with a bunch of very angry people when I come back to clean up the room. And it was more the second.
Fair. Hey, at least it wasn't like necromantic, am I right?
I would never play necromantic.
I still want to play
Dartotus
it in the
King.
theater though.
Necromantic sounds like a Neil Breen movie where I'm like, this should never have existed.
Here's the sad
There's
thing about
no.
Necromantic is it's actually a very beautiful art film that kind of does tries to do an interesting thing where it basically the whole thing is supposed to be an examination of childhood trauma. It just does this without any kind of actual dialogue or monologue or almost any speech whatsoever. It's almost an entirely visual film.
Uh, it's something.
The first one is actually fascinating as a movie. The second one made us all feel very upset and sad. So the second one is kind of just full on exploitation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but remember, it's a love story.
Well,
I'd say Ghostbusters as well.
yeah,
I'm
Ghostbusters
still trying to
is
think of
pretty
them.
great.
But
I'd
it's one of those
say
movies
Ghostbusters is probably one of the perfect movies.
I'm not sure. I'm not entirely confident how well the comedy is going to continue to age. I do think it's going to hit a point where the comedy just doesn't quite stick.
That's all comedy though.
True,
But my
true.
point,
And
what I definition of a perfect movie is the movie at the time could not have been made any better.
I guess
I don't
I was
think.
going to say what still works for me is the art design in the movie. Like it's
Yeah,
got really good prop and creature design.
yeah,
And honestly, like I really wish some movies would put more effort into their creature design still.
yeah,
Like each ghost in that movie in of itself probably could have been the main villain if they had written the story differently.
yeah. I could see it. Like that's what I always thought was neat about it is like every single ghost in the movie seems to have a different story to tell.
Yeah.
Where it's almost kind of like with Cabin in the Woods, where in the basement they could have grabbed anything, and like any of those things would have affected it differently. Any of those objects in the basement could have been the catalyst for the film and easily worked as the main villain or as the
Yeah.
well main villain.
I just remember the first time I watched that movie, it was like one of my like college dorm pod mates like was like, you need to watch this, and he was like, you're never gonna get the plot twist. And it opens.
It's very straightforward with what the plot is or the plot twist. Hello? Sino? Don't know why I'm doing that.
Do you have any more Movies, Johnny?
I don't think so right now. Oh, I'm thinking of Ending Things. Probably. It's a good movie.
Hey,
We should do an episode on that.
you will.
Yeah, at some point. I'd like to watch it a few more times, I think.
Yep.
I'm not sure what happened with Sino, though. Uh, I don't know. Check.
I don't know.
Hmm. Well, now we
I
are.
think. Uh,
Oh,
uh,
all right.
Hello.
Oh, there you
yeah.
are.
Yeah, I froze. I don't remember where I was.
I don't remember either.
Neither do I.
Because what
I'm
was
just
I
about to
talking
go to bed.
We have been
Michael
going
does
for
not.
almost 3 hours now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael doesn't like that I join.
No, not. I'm glad you finally freaking joined. Should have joined in the beginning.
I was busy with other things.
Oh,
Like laundry.
bullshit.
Jesus.
I was doing laundry. Um, Crap. Was it about Ghostbusters?
Oh, wait, it was about
I
Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, Cabin in the Woods.
The first
I'm
time you
glad you
watched
got
it.
that.
I was sharing my shitty college story. Um, Basically, college dorm pod mate was like, "Hey, watch this movie," because I had never watched it, and he's like, "You're never gonna guess the plot twist," and it opens on like these two guys in like very plain office work
Yeah.
pouring coffee, and I turn to him and I'm just like, "These guys are evil." He's like, he just stares at me for a while and he's like, "How did you know?" And I was like, "Because they're drinking coffee." I was still much more Mormon back then, and I was just joking that they're evil because they were drinking coffee.
But no,
But
like I I hesitate to call that a twist because it's so open with what the movie is at the very beginning.
I think it's because like
I think
John,
I think the
this is the
actual
point.
twist is that it turns out to be real at the end and not just like a thing that everyone's doing just because. But even then, I hesitate to call it a twist because we're establishing that all of these weird things exist.
I'm gonna point out this was also the time when I started corrupting people with random movies I had found. So like this college dorm mate pod mate thing.
Is it the one I
Was
think
one
it
of
is?
It's one of the first people I showed Poultrygeist to.
Is it Mike?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It was Martin.
Uh,
But like I showed him Poultrygeist and he was basically horrified. Um, so
just
I'm not
astonishes me
sure how
that
much.
people get like traumatized by shit.
I'm gonna point out, John. Our group is not predominantly neurotypical. I would not say we usually have normal reactions to films.
for
Like
for instance,
when I
most people
watch,
don't watch Necromantic and decide this is the movie we must show the world.
yeah, no one's gonna react to that
Still need
movie
to
and be
rent
like,
out
"It's
that theater.
beautiful." Like Father's Day, when Achievement Hunter watched it, they were horrified.
And I watched it and I laughed the whole time and thought it
That
was
was a
I
good
mean, I
fucking
watched
so
movie.
it
That was
fucking
a
because
good.
I know
funny.
That was a
somebody
good
was gonna
movie
be
night.
mad. I love that that was your introduction for me to Mike. Was Mike? This is my cousin Zach. He gave me Father's Day.
I was like, oh, that guy.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
think you were
love
like
this dude.
you, you.
I was like, oh, this is the guy. All right. That was a great movie, by the way, too.
Yeah, it's great. It's trauma. It's I have like a collection of trauma movies now, and
It's one of those movies that it very
none of them
much
are Toxic
it
Avenger.
made.
Huh,
I have the complete Toxic Avenger box set.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
because I still wish he was still in the Marvel universe. They had two different Marvel comics for the Toxic Avenger.
aw,
They had Toxic Avenger, which was based on the movie, and then they had the Toxic Crusaders, which was based on the Saturday morning cartoon
yeah.
based on Toxic Avenger.
I can't believe they made a like Saturday morning cartoon based on that.
Yeah, I mean that was that time period where they were like, Rambo gets a Saturday morning
Although
cartoon.
I found out that they made a Saturday morning cartoon of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yes, I watched it on, I believe at that time it was still Fox Family. They also had a creepy crawler cartoon.
Oh,
I
creepy
remember that.
crawlers.
Yeah.
That shit was great.
Um, because Fox Family on Saturday morning, it was either Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings. They played the most random bullshit cartoons. Like they had like creepy crawlers. Um, they had the Killer Tomato cartoon. They had, I'm trying to remember. There was another one I watched. I think it was like Street Sharks, but it was dinosaurs.
Straight dinos.
And then there was like,
Dino
I
DNA.
think there was like, I think there was one where like it was somehow like Universal monsters, but not.
Huh. You know, that kind of sounds
Like they had
familiar.
weird ass shit.
Hang on a second. Was that called Monsters in My Pocket? No, that
That
was a NES
sounds
game.
familiar. But yeah,
Hmm.
did you know originally there was going to be a Who Framed Roger Rabbit park at Disneyland?
There should have been.
Well, it was because Steven Spielberg apparently got into a disagreement with Disney about the rights.
Huh. Well, that sounds about right.
And
Da 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 da
I'm just
da
like,
da.
damn it. That and the Clive Barker Park are the two Disney parks that
I
I'm still
just
super upset about.
I just love the idea of that one. It's just like Disney's sex torture park.
No, no, no. Okay. Um, Clive Barker has reinvented himself as a combination children's writer, playwright, and artist.
Well, that's
And
fair.
Disney, during the like Harry Potter like
Yeah.
period, when like everybody was trying to get their Harry Potter, Disney turned and looked at Clive Barker with his like young adult novel series and like, you, we're buying all the rights to that series and it's going to be our Harry Potter. They were
Huh.
so doubled down on it. They were going to build an entire Disney World park based around this novel series. But the
Is it a
problem
good
is
novel
Clive Barker does
series?
all the art for his books,
Yeah.
and it takes him like 5 years to finish everything.
Yeah.
So he still hasn't finished that series. Like they were gonna start the movies once he finished those books, and they have still not seen him finish that series.
Huh.
And at this point, they've just kind of given up. They're like, we're never gonna make a movie out of that.
Oh. Even if
Well,
he finishes it?
they they bought the rights because it was gonna be their Harry Potter. At this point, nobody wants Harry Potter. Everybody's trying to get the fuck away from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome,
Like
J.K. Rowling.
AT&T is like doing their best to like be like, it's Harry Potter, but it's not Harry Potter. Please still buy our video game that's gonna be like a couple million.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
they're having to. They also had the issue of their creative director. They found out was doing alt-right videos on YouTube,
Ah.
so then they had that extra issue that they're now
Oh,
having to distance from.
What a wonderful thing. God
Yeah,
damn.
I wish the people who are working on that game the best of luck because they've video game development is one of those like industries where I'm like, it's not the same as getting killed in like a industrial con weave machine in like some textile factory, but it's not good for your health to do game development.
No, not at all.
it's a lot of job insecurity and basically pushing your body farther than it's really supposed to go.
Yeah.
Basically, like, I'm 40, but I have the body of a 60-year-old because I didn't sleep for like a year.
That's just like me, but like with many years. Hey, I just realized there was someone who just commented, "You, sir, are a very handsome gentleman."
You didn't wonder why I said I agree?
I was probably just not paying attention for a bit. What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Huh.
I think it was just a good Samaritan coming by, being like, "You're a pretty man." I was more curious which of you two he's talking about,
I'm
or
curious
her.
too. I bet it was
Um,
Mike.
I think it was both of you.
I have I have goofy glasses and a headset and I'm
I've been
balding,
wanting to
so
ask you: are your glasses supposed to be two separate shapes?
yes. Do they bother you?
Okay, a bit more than they should probably.
Yeah, I saw them and I
I
was
was
just
like,
like $30. Fuck yeah.
part of my brain's like,
They're
that's a bold
prescription
decision.
too.
It's a bold
Unbelievable.
life. It's a bold choice that they created uh, glasses frames that are intentionally or asymmetrical because that's actually something that people are predisposed to having an aversion to is
Yeah.
asymmetrical faces.
Uh
Yeah, it
huh.
is.
And
Sav
then my
hates them.
OCD, and then my OCD is just like, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I can't look at his face now.
What if I
Now,
had
is that
said
your only
no, they just
pair?
came that way?
It's more I was trying to confirm if I was insane because I was like, one of them is a circle and the other's a square.
Right?
Now, is that your only pair?
No, I got another pair because Sev
Oh,
said I
I
couldn't
was gonna
just get
say,
this
Jesus
pair.
Christ.
Otherwise, I was just gonna get this pair.
Oh,
Because
unbelievable.
it blows my mind that they exist. That's like one of those like frames where I'm just like, they made those. Somebody sat down and they designed those frames and they said, I'm gonna the make any OCD patient in a 5 mile radius twitch for glasses frames.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that.
It's a bold choice, like from a wardrobe thing. Like that's definitely gonna make a statement.
Yeah, I saw them and
It's
I
just
was just
oh my
like, oh
god,
man, I've never seen that before, so like, I'm gonna go for it. My other ones are
Wild.
just kind of like the normal, kind of like my old ones, but they're wood grain, so
that sounds neat.
they are kind of neat.
I've always
Do you want me
I've
to
always wanted I've always wanted to get tortoiseshell glasses, but I generally the color wouldn't work with my hair.
see? The thing about tortoiseshell glasses is they're old lady glasses.
It's okay. I'm an old person at heart, anyways.
Yeah, but are you an old woman at heart?
I've seen old men wear tortoiseshell glasses.
Old women. I just
I've
remember
met an
that.
old.
I just remember that Nana had a pair of tortoiseshell glasses, and I just always associate it with that. I'm almost
Okay,
certain.
I don't actually look at other people's glasses very often. Like the glasses have to be really noticeable. Like somebody got a pair of glasses where one half is a circle and the other half is a rectangle
Mhm.
for me to actually sit there and be like, those are interesting glasses. Usually it's like a quick like, oh, those are different than what you were wearing yesterday. And then being like, do they look okay? Or like, yeah, they look fine. Or I can't stop looking at them.
See, like what I kind of like about them is they're close enough to where, like, if you just kind of walk by, you don't really notice it too much. But then, like, if you
That's
actually
why
look at it, you're just like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
I kept staring at the video to try and figure out if it was just like a weird perspective issue, like the shadow was misbehaving and it was making my brain think that. And then I'm just like, no, 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 they're different shapes, but they're just enough that if I didn't have OCD, my brain probably would let me be at peace.
I
Cause
don't have
like,
OCD and I'm
cause
not
like,
at peace.
if I do like this, it doesn't. It kind of like.
No,
Yeah, if you're
no,
turned a
no,
little
no,
bit,
But if I
if
turn like
no,
this, you can
no,
tell it looks like this
no.
eye is really big.
are you sure you don't have OCD, Mike?
Mike has
I do
OCD.
not. I do not. It just bugs the shit out of me.
Mike will sit there and constantly complain about the audio track of a movie. He constantly complains about the compression of any Disney released film.
I
He's
do. I
probably
do.
got some kind of OCD.
There's
I
a
am an
difference.
audiophile. I am sorry.
There's a difference between being anal retentive and OCD.
Fair.
I like my
By
audio.
audiophile, you
Fuck
mean
you,
crazy
Disney.
person.
Fuck you,
Like,
Disney.
What bothers me is
what?
that they also compress their video files
Yes,
too.
they do. Yes, they do. The
So
Blu-rays.
all of their fucking Blu-rays look
Oh
like
my god, they're
they all look
terrible.
like DVDs from 1999.
Oh my god, they're
My
terrible.
my theory is like that's intentional. I think
Well, of
it's so
course
that
it
they can.
is.
I think it's so that they can like justify like we have a remastered version
Uh-huh.
there.
Yeah.
Because anybody that actually cares is gonna be like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give me 20 copies of it because I need to not have to see the bad quality.
Yeah, but here's the issue with that is that all of the people who care now don't buy Disney animated films because they go through an auto remaster process that took out all of the animation detail from their movies. So all of their animated films now look like shit in a non like resolution way. They just made the animation look bad.
You, sir, have never met a true Disney fan. They don't give a shit.
Uh See, most of the true Disney fans I've met actually give a shit about that because they're like, it fucked up the actual movie. Like, it fucked up the way it looks, not just like
I don't
the
know.
resolution or it looks a little blurrier. It's that, oh fuck, they removed animation from it.
I don't know. The ones I've talked to, like, they seem to remind me of like locust swarms, where they will just consume anything and everything put before
Well, that
them.
could be like, see, the most of the Disney fans that I associate are generally not like Die Hard, I guess. They're probably more like we love animation.
Oh, okay, that's a different category because then they'll like stretch out into other animation.
Cuz
Like there's
usually it's like we love animation and Disney is the master class of animation.
yeah, like I pre-ordered Cuphead because that's one of the few video games that like was explicitly hand-drawn animation.
Oh, I love hand-drawn video games. Like
Yeah,
Dust
like
is one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. It's a shame it's a side-scroller platformer.
yeah, I unfortunately haven't played Cuphead much because
Uh-oh.
Cuphead is a bullet hell um side scroller.
Yeah, Cuphead is specifically made to be almost fucking impossible. Mike, where'd you go? Are you still
Yeah.
here?
He might have had to restart Discord. Mine crapped out on me at one.
Uh,
Yeah, but I like I saw the animation for Cuphead. I'm like, I need to order this.
yeah, it looks really nice. I just knew it was gonna
It
be
is. It's a beautiful game.
yeah.
I really wish other game companies would take their lead and try doing hand animation. But I get why it's cheaper to do 3D models because you don't have to constantly redo what you did.
I get it.
I think it's not as good, but I understand why you can't just repeatedly redraw the thing you're making.
Yeah.
I would really like a hand drawn
Huh.
open world RPG, but I think that'd be a fever dream to try and make that.
Mike's computer died and he can no longer be in the
Oh,
chat.
oh.
Although that being said, we have been going for over 3 hours now, so I think it's about time to call it quits. Honestly,
Probably.
yeah. Well,
Probably for the best.
probably for the best. Otherwise, it'll continue. And we,
Just me.
I would like to make more of these videos where it's kind of just general recommendations. I have another idea for one. One of my ideas for one is like movies that you loved as a child that you should revisit just for any reason.
I feel like that's a borderline masochistic thing that I never could in goodwill recommend to somebody.
Anyway,
Mostly because nobody wants to genuinely acknowledge how bad the thing they liked as a kid is.
well, that's
Like
that's
I'm
more of
sure
like what I was thinking we would do. We would find movies that we watched as kids that age really well, or like that you get more out of as an adult. That kind of
Oh,
thing.
so the Birdcage.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Because I watched the Birdcage kid.
Yeah.
Also watched Good Morning Vietnam. That's a great children. My mother totally does not regret letting me watch that movie as a 5-year-old. It may have informed my anti-war tendencies these days.
Yeah, but
Um,
that's correct. So, I mean,
I
what can
also
you do?
watched Ghost a lot. 5 years.
Like the Patrick Swayze movie? I did
Yeah,
too. I watched the shit out of that movie when I was a kid.
Beetlejuice. I also watched a PBS movie about the miracle of life a lot. For some reason, it was recorded at the end of the VHS tape that had Beetlejuice, so I kept watching that. Like sometimes I would just skip Beetlejuice to watch that documentary. Apparently,
Huh.
um,
Wait, is it the Miracle of Life movie I'm thinking of?
the PBS documentary about pregnancy.
The one where it, like, graphically shows a birth?
I don't remember. I don't remember the documentary. I remember that there was a documentary at the end of Beetlejuice that I watched, and my mom was like, "Yeah, no, sometimes you skipped Beetlejuice to watch the educational documentary."
Well, that's fun.
um,
Well, Mike disappeared
other
from the chat from the page and then he reappeared. So I'm not sure what's up with Mike's, but he has said over chat that he is going to bed, and
oh,
I think it's about time. We're at 3 hours and 7 minutes, and
fine.
I'm sorry. We'll talk about some more movies some other time though. And if you want, you can join us on our next episode. Well, shit. Check.
Hello?
Hello. Well, anyway, I brought us back up for the ending. So if you want, you can check out
Yeah.
Our YouTube channel where we have a back catalog of this and we do a lot of different B views stuff, which is our main show, and that's a lot of fun. We've also started doing Skyrim and stuff. You can find our Twitch, which is where we are right now.
And we'll be in a couple hours
Yeah.
for Stardew Valley.
Holy fuck, we are doing Stardew Valley today. Isn't that going to be fun? You can check out our Facebook with our 400 bots. You can, or you can check out our Twitter with nobody. You can check out our Facebook with 400 bots. You can email us with questions if you want, and eventually I'll check that again. It's been a while since I checked it. Usually only
That's a
YouTube
bold life
emails
choice to
me.
invite people to email you.
I Nobody's watching, so who cares? Well, it's
You can join the Discord to spam their movie request.
yeah, you can join our Discord to
Right.
spam the movie requests. I didn't expect that to be so spammy, but whatever. It's fine. It's fun for
Well,
everyone.
frequently at this point, it's just me throwing up random movies that I kind of want to watch you and Mike talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun stuff.
You guys totally should watch Evolution.
We totally should. I mean, Jeff Goldblum is awesome in that movie.
Jeff Goldblum's not in the movie.
Yeah, he's got the thing in his leg.
No,
Because he's all like, take it, take the leg.
John, that's not Jeff Goldblum.
Is it not?
Dude, I showed a GIF in the chat that it's. I, go look at the Discord after this. You'll see the GIF. It's not Jeff Goldblum. I
Is it under movie
don't
requests?
remember his name, but he
Dude,
played
that's
the police
Jeff
chief in
Goldblum.
the Headless. No, John, it's the dude who played the police chief in the Headless Horseman show that we like.
Dude, that's Jeff Goldblum. There's
Like,
no way
it
that
is
that's
not
not.
Jeff Goldblum.
it's it's
Jeff Goldblum is Ian Malcolm.
yeah, isn't that like is that
No,
the same?
dude.
All right.
It's not.
Well, all right.
Because
Well,
I shared the GIF of the guy screaming, "There's always time for lube."
yeah, which is I thought was Jeff Goldblum, but I guess I'm wrong.
Mike's back.
Mike popped in.
I like Phantom Mike.
Me too. Phantom Mike is creepy to me, but you know, I'm sure it's fine.
I'm gonna head out.
Anyway, goodbye, everybody.
No,
Thanks
I
for
should go to
joining
bed.
us. I too shall sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure I was totally not invasive and derailed things.
Oh, I don't care. I enjoyed it.